Hello everyone, and welcome to Radio City Crit. I am Dungeon Master Harna, and today I'm joined by my usual group of players here for a little sci-fi Viva la Revolution campaign. So on that remark, let's see. Let's start with the person who feels that they are the least similar to. Let's think.
Does anyone else get really anxious when he's trying to think of a person?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Need to get one of those like pinwheels.
I feel like I'm gonna get roasted for my hair. I feel like he's planning it.
Yeah,
I'm not
like
gonna roast you for your head, I won't let that
Twister
mean.
just like doom.
I looked in the mirror yesterday and was like, I'm just the bastard child of Ron Weasley and Harry Potter. And then Harry was like, surely just Harry and Ginny. And it's like, nah.
It has to be the gay.
Well, it was because my hair was parted in the middle and it was giving strong vibes of the one when nobody cut their hair. I can't remember. Which one is that?
The
Goblet.
fourth one.
Goblet of Fire.
The fourth one.
But yeah, it's going to be who is the let's start with the person who feels they are the least like Hugh Jackman. You know, as a little Les Mis tribute here.
Yeah, I'll take that one. At least. I am Will, I'm playing Volgir. He is a Duragar Ranger. I will pass over to the next, at least.
I think that's me.
Maybe. I don't
I'm
know.
very- I don't know. I play Astra, the ASMR cleric, and I'll pass it on to the next level on Hugh Jackman.
I mean, I can jump in here. Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm playing Barrow Stark, Sata Rogue, and I'll pass it on to the next person.
Ryan, I will fight you for the title of Hugh Jackman.
I knew it was gonna. I bet you George isn't gonna quit. She's gonna hold this line until somebody gives up.
If you kind of look, Anthony's kind of got like the facial hair, like, you know, kind of just around like his Wolverine-ish time, and then like, you know, then you cut the like Greatest Showman era with Ryan.
Did you know Hugh Jackman and his wife are splitting up?
Yeah, I heard that. Very
Depressed me.
sad.
Well, on the topic of divorce, who's more like Hugh
Ryan.
He
Jackman?
turns up with a boyfriend, I am winning a large bet.
It's the bring him home vibe.
If the individuals cannot decide, the rest of the group will be put to a vote.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to see how
Yeah, I
far the
feel like-
Battle of Wills can go now.
I feel like at this point Hugh Jackman wouldn't be as stubborn, so
Yeah,
he
that's
would go
true,
first.
but it's a
But
Battle of
also,
Wills now, so...
I don't want to give it up, so
Okay,
I'm
a
gonna hold
question for the three who have already decided on their Hugh Jackman-isms. Which of you feels that Ryan is more Hugh Jackman than George? Just raise your hand.
Mhm.
And which
Yeah.
of you feel that George is more Hugh Jackman than Ryan?
Can I abstain?
With an outstanding 1 vote and 2 abstentions, Ryan, you're up.
Hello, I am Ryan. I am playing Cyrus Revanmar, the ASMR barbarian, who has just been betrayed by my girlfriend. And not as much
be nice.
as George. But that's fine. It's fine. And I will pass it to the supposedly most Hugh Jackman of us all.
To be fair, you're forgetting Harry amongst that mix, so.
Hi, I'm George. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid. I am probably not the most Hugh Jackman of everyone, but I fought bitterly for the title with my new best friend Anthony, and I will pass it back to the DM.
Thank you so much. Your reward for being the most Hugh Jackman is, I want you to improv sing the recap, please, in the style of any Greatest Showman song.
I am not going to do that. I am not the bard anymore.
Well, we tried. Alrighty.
If Ryan does it, I will hand over my title.
Oh God. in the style of what?
In The Greatest Showman, any song.
Um.
Hang on, I'll stop the music on roll 20. Stop the music. Stop the music.
Oh Jesus.
You don't have to. I just say you can have the title if you do it.
I am thinking of lyrics.
The only one I feel like is work.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. We decided to fight checkpoint, bodies hitting the floor. Cyrus got knocked out by some cold damage, and everyone else survived the fight, apart from Barros, who's nearly turned to stone. Trekkie fought another one, and it went very well. The others went scouting, but from what they learned, we cannot tell.
Kind of sounds like beat poetry. It took me the first half to realize he was actually singing.
All that we know is that we've gotta go because the guards are gonna come kill us all, and at some point we've got to get to Squall. What are you gonna do? This is D&D. Let's just fucking go.
I have lost the
bad.
title of most Hugh Jackman, but I made Ryan look like an idiot, so I feel like I won
Yes.
in the end.
George, that is nothing
didn't.
new.
You
That
don't
is
you don't
nothing
have to
new.
roast Ryan before D&D. You can just
He
make him
roasts
do it
himself.
himself.
I was gonna make him do the sugar plum fairy, but you know, it's sort of all good.
Back in
Alrighty.
Christmas.
So,
I don't know why I've decided me and Ryan are mortal enemies.
I don't know why either. It's.
Mm,
it's the game is spilling in the real life.
I was
bit-
actually I was thinking about it over the week, and I was like, I think one of the reasons why I actually have beef with you is because of something that happened to my imaginary character, and you want to you're like, I'm gonna fuck Faith. Faith is hot. I'm gonna fuck him, and I'm like, he was the source of my anxiety for my entire life, and you want to do what to him? How dare you? I am betrayed. Curse your inevitable betrayal.
All right.
Cyrus is betrayed by Atlas, and you are betrayed by me.
So you are all still in this street. You've just taken out this checkpoint. There's a load of dead, kind of like watchers on the ground. One of you has just acquired a gauntlet, I believe. I think Barros has only picked that up from the captain you killed, or who was killed, I should say, by his buddy. You guys tried to knock him unconscious, but unfortunately, he got caught in the blast, which did wipe a lot of you out. Kevesson also has shattered into 100 little teeny tiny pieces of glass, like ice.
Probably
It's
not coming back from
currently
that.
melting into the pavement under the rising morning sun. Yasin, Raoul look visibly distressed.
I'm gonna need
Fjornik
so many freaking bandages.
is kind of comes running down the alleyway, like looking around, and she's like, "Have you got them all?"
We've got them all. We need to get out of here. I'll then lean down to the captain and try and grab any identification or passes that he has on him that can help us get into buildings.
Yeah, you can quick investigation check if you like.
Yeah.
While he is doing that, Cyrus will pick himself up off of the roof of the car and be like, that fucking sucked.
Yep.
I hate cold damage. What are we doing with this truck? It could be useful in the future.
If we're not
we
taking it, we've got to destroy it. Definitely.
No, we need to take it.
We could use it to take another checkpoint.
I thought we
It's
didn't
got
have
a way to
anywhere to
restore
store it.
Well, unless...
The gondola's gonna be more useful than a truck.
Can I see if the turret cannon thing can come off?
Make me just a general investigation check. Just see if you can try to find the joints and stuff, and if it's
Okay.
It looks like it's been attached quite securely. Using proper tools and equipment. If you had enough time, you could probably remove it. Just with the right equipment. You could try to wrench it free, but it might damage the thing. And again, it's gonna be tough. It's metal on metal, ripping a metal gun off a fucking metal truck chassis was being screwed through a couple of times, you know.
I'll try anyway, because if we're going to destroy it, then it's going to be of no use to us anyway.
Sure, make an athletics check. Just try to wrench it free. 15. You give it a good heave ho, and you wiggle it back and forth while the rest of the group are doing stuff. And eventually, the nails begin to bend and warp, and you feel them snap under the tension. And you pull it off. It's lost its reload mechanism, which feeds into the actual vehicle itself. So it probably only has like one good burst in it left. But you can mark down that you have a arcane turret. It's basically a d20 plus your intelligence to fire to hit, and it fires, I believe, 3 times. Or it's 4 times. It's 44 it fires, I think. Double check up here.
It was like every roll, it's less likely to fire or something. From what I can remember last time.
It does, I believe, 5d4 damage. I'm pretty sure. I think it does 5d4 damage. It can fire. Like, yeah, the more you fire it, basically, the more inaccurate it gets, basically. Okay, this is one good burst in it, so it'll have one charge, one shot, basically, an action to fire, and you have to do 5d4 damage. But it's cumbersome. It's kind of like Atlas's big cannon. It's like it's Master Chief ripping the turret off the stand, off the tripod. So if you're not strong enough to carry it, it'll bog you down a little bit.
Then should we tamper with the truck so it can't be used, or
Set it on fire.
I mean, if you've got the fire spell handy.
I can create a bonfire in it.
I didn't want to look at you, but yeah. Okay.
Everyone may want to step back. Not sure how big trucks go.
Hang on, give me a second.
Is it worth moving it into the centre of the street so it maybe doesn't blow up the building right next to it?
Maybe.
Maybe. I feel like I'm going dark here, or slightly morbid, but if we put the bodies around it, maybe look like it caused the deaths.
I think
you see there's like the
stab
cold,
marks
like
might-
scorch that's like ready to do the spell.
I think all the stab marks and spell damage might give it away.
I assume Atlas and Astra come out of the roof at this point as well.
Yeah, it takes me like 2 seconds to get off a
Yeah,
roof.
there's like
man.
skeletons and
Fuck.
stuff that have like fallen off the rooftop and tiles and stuff from where the cone of the like columns of cold were like splashing down on.
I feel like as she's saying it, she probably looks around and is like, never mind. What was it thought?
No, the guard dogs.
But yeah, what do you want to do? You have a little bit of time for a reaction force does come, but you are still in red alert here, so like I'm going to be making a roll in.
Yeah.
Spend much longer here deciding.
With a 14, did I find the ID?
You did not find anything similar to the ID that was kind of given to you by the other guys.
How does how does truck function? Is it like a regular truck or is it like a space truck?
Make me an intelligence check.
How do truck?
14.
14. Powered by like arcane energies from an arcane engine. So as you like look at it, you're looking for a place where maybe get to place a bonfire. It's not like it has a fuel tank. It's like got like basically it's powered by people casting spells into it, and that gives it like the ability to run. So without the magic in it, it can't really move. Unlike the gondolas that have like permanent enchantments to make sure they keep flying, and they have a thruster as well that can like similar to Tevs and things like that recharge off like the energy of the environment around them and things like that, whether it be sunlight or moonlight or whatever that is. The vehicle needs like a mage to drive it. So there's no like something like with the fuel truck, the big arcade fuel truck you attacked before, which is used to do things like just make the
Power tabs or
power tabs, like heavier things, airship engines, things like that. Maybe you need a bit more oomph. Come under heavy pressure with the fire, and then can make it go. So that's just something that I kind of consider. So it's nothing like super obvious. Things like your the weapon that you have probably would be sufficient to do a big chunk of damage to it, but a cantrip maybe would not. You could also just try to take control of it, and you could drive it somewhere and crash it, or with enough damage it will become unusable. You could break the wheels off it, or
Drive it off the city, put a brick down.
it has also lost its main weapon, so it's just a car. No, it's just
Maybe we can just stab the wheels and rip the steering wheel out.
that's good.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Get out of here. I think at least myself could do with some rest. I'm looking pretty fucked up.
As they're probably actively looking around as they're doing that.
Yep. Who wants to try to damage the vehicle?
Hello.
Okay, an athletics check, please.
Oh no, I'm tired. I'm very tired.
You spend a little bit of time like pulling on this thing, kind of like you did with the turret from above on the steering wheel itself, but you can't quite manage to get it fully free. Just because it's attached deep into the engine. You're trying to pull, and you put your feet up on the dashboard, give it a good tug, but it's well in there.
Atlas is just silently watching you the entire time.
But you can easily go around,
Ignoring.
hit your axe into the wheel frames, and the wheels are able to be damaged enough that the tires deflate, and that it'll be slow and sluggish to drive and difficult. So at least if they do get it going, it'll probably not get far before needing repaired.
Somewhat successful sabotage.
It'll do.
You're probably gonna move on. They're gonna probably start sending people this way once they realise that they've all been dealt with.
Let's
I'm
go.
not getting comms back. Let's go.
How did my background not see my hair?
Let's go.
All right, so
Did
you
we
have
take the hollow strap from the captain?
mention it.
No, it wasn't mentioned.
You can go back
I
and get
shouldn't-
it. You could.
I assume Volga would have
Snatched it up.
snatched it up.
I would have thought so, but don't think I.
We just
Yeah.
took the gauntlet.
You took the gauntlet from them. I believe that was the only thing you really took.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
might as well check them on my way out, see if they've got any.
yeah. The captain does. They all have hollow straps. They're very common. They're like mobile phones. Most people fucking
Right, I
have
might
them.
as well just grab all the hollow straps on the way out.
Yep, you wrenched them all. They all have similar fittings to kind of like what you'd expect to find, like you found the previous ones. But yeah, I assume you're not leaving anyone to defend this checkpoint.
No.
No.
In which case,
No.
the pressure around it does rise a little bit, because it is being a active place. That means that for the next while, any operations within that red circle may be more difficult. And the tension in this particular district is definitely growing. There's a lot more, after you guys return back to the safe house. One less in your troop. Which does mean this group do suffer a -1 now to their performance.
Well, when we get back, I'm going to start fiddle with these.
You certainly can. You kind of get yourself sat down. This takes you into probably the middle section of the day. Is there anything else that you'd like to do here, or are you just taking a little short rest? Is that kind of the plan?
I
Or
would like to take a short rest.
sure, go for it.
I would also like to take a short rest.
Yeah, I need to take a short
Yeah.
rest at some point as well.
Your safe house is safe house, so it is to some level safe. So it will give you a little bit of protection. The guards haven't discovered it yet, so they're not going to come knocking on your door. But there is a risk that if they can start triangulating patterns and things like that, safe houses may become compromised. But right now, you're fine.
Oh, supposed to do this. There we go.
Your dries tears through with you. They will expend some hit dice. Ryul and Fiornik only have to expend 1 or 2 each, but Yasin does need to expend basically all of his to get himself back at the full. But they technically could go again today if you wanted to do anything else.
I think Astra's probably just gonna make sure they're all healing correctly, putting bandages and whatnot on them.
I imagine Cyrus is just like wrapped in several blankets. He's like so fucking cold.
Like when the cold gets in your bones.
Like me right now.
Deep in the bones.
Alright, so you are all, recuperated, healed up, a bit, refreshed from your injuries. What would you like to do next?
Picking at these hollow straps.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that as part of your, at the end of the short rest, just you're kind of like killing time, or, and you see out the windows after you peek out, like, a gauntlet touches down at the checkpoint, they begin inspecting things like that, they collect the bodies. Pardon me? They collect the bodies, and they,
Did they leave anyone behind?
none of the Watchers are left behind now. The only ones who are left behind are the pieces of your, of Kevesson. They don't seem to bother sweeping up the little now thawed chunks of flesh.
I mean, at least he'll be hard to identify.
That is a point.
True. Right. Do we want to maybe lay low for a little while? That was a pretty boisterous move, or do we want to hit him again? There's a checkpoint down the road that's maybe a little bit easier to take. It seems that the ones on that are less trained.
We don't want to bring too much heat to this area. That'll make it even more difficult to move afterwards. It might be better if we switch our sleep patterns to be more active at night. Moving around in the day is always going to run more risk than nighttime.
Well, that is true. At least while there's a lockdown.
It might be worth us moving after a couple of days to somewhere else if we can.
Draki hit a checkpoint as well, so they'll be searching the lower district more than the middle and the upper, I suppose, but at least we're pretty far away from the other place that was hit.
Well, until tomorrow we have no way of contacting Alara, so we could either move to that safe house tonight, rest up before, or we wait till tomorrow, see what she discovered about the middle district, and then make a more informed decision.
With the amount of people who you sent to Alara's
We're not all gonna
building,
fit.
it's probably unlikely that you would get a chance to be well rested if you tried to rest at the same time that they were there. But if they were out on a task, if you sent them out to do something, they could do that. And the Alara's district, unless they got into trouble with their recon job, they probably should be a bit more fresh than you. Whatever you'd like to do.
What am I rolling for this?
It is Arcana to hack the hollow traps. There were, I believe.
One. Oh, that's a nat 20 on the first.
Nice.
5 guards, so 5 holostraps.
5. It's
You
2 or 3.
You fail to get into all of them, bar 1.
Oh.
These are incredibly difficult pieces of machinery to, hack. They are encrypted, so you.
And yet he still keeps rolling nat
Yeah.
20s.
Volgar's good at what he does. Like, most people would not be able to crack these things. It's rare this would happen. Volgar, you do manage to get into captains, because that was the first one you rolled, and it was the first one you picked up, so I'll say that makes sense.
Cool. What do I get? What's
I imagine he hacked the captains, but like, oh shit, that was the most difficult one. Tries the next one, fumbles it, and goes, ah, fuck, no, that was wrong. Let me try another. Ah, fuck, no, fuck.
Make the same mistake on each one of that. I'm not going to do that again. Ting. Fuck.
Well, double taps the one instead of tapping 2 after the one.
Yeah.
You get,
Takes backsies.
you see that there is a bank balance on there of about 6,000 shits. And you're
That's
pretty
what
well
60
paid.
gold, isn't it?
60 gold, yeah. And, you also find,
Why is Will's characters just always loaded?
just what
Yeah,
happens.
I know. I mean, even when he gets stupidly drunk and broke, the next couple of days he's rolling it again.
He's also the only one who's
More-
doing shit like going for the purses.
Barros, we had it completely wrong. Why did we take a job? We should have just started killing guards and taking their money.
It's true.
So 60,000.
60,000, yep. And let me just check something here. You find that there are 3 add-ons to this. It's a group sync, a muffled receiver, and a muffled sender as well.
Ooh.
Secret messages.
I can't attune to another one. I'm gonna ask the group if anyone wants any of these because I've not got any. I've not got space for them.
Sure, I have not got any attachments onto mine.
Will they? Oh wait, unless you attach it. Where do you want this muffled receiver?
Sure.
How many can you put on a holostrap?
Holostrap has 3 slots.
3 slots.
Does it count
Oh,
towards
I've got
our
one.
attunement thing?
I think the holostrap has 3 separate slots, and it's 1 attunement for
So
a
we're attuned to the
holostrap.
holostrap.
Holostrap is an attunement, and then
And then 3 slots.
the holostrap itself has 3
Yes.
slots you can add on. It's a short rest to do that.
So I'll add the muffled sending. And then if anyone wants
Surely,
the other ones.
surely the muffled sending should go to someone who can cast spells. That
More
way,
spells, yeah.
that way they have a long distance.
True. I like
Sender.
this idea. So who's got this second levels?
I do, but I don't have them right now.
No, it's just in general, because I can't use magic.
Yeah.
So there's no
I
point in
can.
giving me ascending.
No, it's true. I can't pass level 2 at the moment, so
So, if you have a rough idea, all the group syncs you have are all just like guard group syncs, and again, they work still within the generic restrictions of a holostrap, so like short range communication or long range communication if someone's using sending spells. But yes, so there's also you now have the mufflers. So the muffled sender effectively means you can send it via like thinking, so you basically think the message instead of speaking it verbally. So you can do it quietly. But then
I would
whoever hears it at the other
very much
end,
like
it will
that.
still broadcast the message as normal unless they have a muffled receiver. So to make it work both ways, you need both muffled receiver and sender to be synced.
I have 2nd level spell slots and I have Alara's contact. Maybe it makes sense for me to have it.
Yeah.
fine with me.
Sorry, I just sent a picture of an apparatus of Koalish there for some reason. I was hoping to send the item, but fuck me, I guess. This might be it. There you go. Click the right button.
Why are you glaring at me?
Suspicious.
Why are you suspicious of everything I do?
Because everything you do is
It's my world,
suspicious.
George. He's suspicious of me when I'm too nice to him.
I am just trying to send quiet messages because we're breaking the law.
Yeah, and the quiet messages are probably all gonna be, "Hey Trekkie, kill yourself." Can you send a message? No. Why? I've used all my
Bold
spell
of you
slots.
to assume she
I
doesn't say,
want-
"Hey, Cyrus."
In Atlas's defense, she wouldn't bother making those private. She's made her opinion of Trekkie very obvious. It would be
Right.
Trekkie, kill yourself, and then to everyone Trekkie's with, kill Trekkie. Do it. The greater good.
Got a message from Trekkie. I had to kill all of my subordinates because they tried to kill me. Sorry.
Atlas is just like, I don't know why they did
I don't know what
that.
happened.
Crazy. Atlas, why do you have no spell slots? I don't know.
Alright, so, what would you like to do?
Cyrus is going to meditate, and he's going to try and contact Faith if he's listening.
Okay.
God, you're such a whiny bitch for Faith.
Already? It's been like 4 hours.
I know,
Yeah.
like, come on.
There's a few things that he forgot to ask, and he's like, now I've experienced cold damage, this could be a problem.
I'm just saying, it makes you look desperate.
Can you imagine Jackie's going to leave me the fuck alone?
Desperate times. He doesn't have to pick up.
Cyrus starts, like, phoning 5.
Phone a Fife. Phone a friend.
Anyone else? Anyone else
Got
do
his
anything?
answering
While it's happening?
machine
That's
again.
right. That's what happened when the scene handed Volgear's fucking around with all the holo straps. Anyone else doing anything before you can leave the safe house, or any plans for what the next move is? Or is it just we're going to spend a time segment here to try to not poke the bear?
I'm okay with
Try
him not
not
poking the
poke
bear segment.
Yeah, not poking the bear is
Yeah.
probably the best plan.
So
You
you
cover
wanna,
spell
if you
slots,
want,
so
you
not-
can
not-
spend the full next 8 hours just in the safe house, just wait it out. Potentially, it will mean that the heat might start dying down in certain areas because you're not.
We also might see if, like, they put out anything about the attacks.
Yeah.
Because we're still
Emergency
waiting to see what they
broadcasts.
do.
Yeah, turn their actions into a reactionary to us.
Cool, good shot. Yeah, and you will spend. That'll take you all the way into the nighttime segment. So Cyrus, you've got plenty of time to meditate on this and try to outreach the Fife and come to terms with whatever is going on in your head. Eventually, you do feel a warm prickling on the back of your neck.
It's Barros behind you, just like,
It does feel like it doesn't feel quite like a
Look,
breath.
gold.
It feels almost like someone holding a like it's almost like you get your back to a fire and you've leaned a little bit too close to it, and like the hairs in the back of your neck are almost beginning to singe, like that level of like prickling that just kind of like stings a little bit. But your new felt sensitive fire, it almost feels comforting, and then you just hear in your mind as your eyes are closed and you're in this like state of semi-consciousness. Yes, Cyrus.
Well, I learned what you meant by cold hurts.
Indeed.
If I were to consider your suggestion of gathering recruits, how exactly do I cement that process? Do I need to draw their blood? Do I need a handshake, written agreement? How will I know if the pact has been made? How will you know?
You need to have them trust you to some degree, form a connection. That will allow me to speak through you. them, and they will make any agreements with myself. Once I have
Right.
one, I can use them to negotiate terms with others. But it is getting the first crack in the dam.
Okay. Secondly, before our communication was broken off last time, you said you're always listening. What exactly do you hear? Do you know what I know? Do you see and hear what I hear, or do you hear more?
I can see what you have seen. Dig through your mind. So whenever we do encounter like this, I can refresh myself. I don't have a open channel at all times watching your life. No offense, there's much better things on the hollow television to draw one's attention than
Yes,
mopey Cyrus in a corner.
I imagine so, but you were able to know that I was planning on using disguises, cowardly as you seen it. I was just wondering if you knew more about my companions than I do.
I know nothing more than you do. Your disguises and all that information were things taken from your own thought and your own perceived.
I don't think she's going to do anything, but I have noticed that Atlas can use ice magic, and I don't want it to become a problem. I'm just trying to plan for possible contingencies.
That one is quite predictable.
In what way is she predictable?
Unpredictable. There was
Oh.
an there.
I missed that in my.
She is predictable in her unpredictability.
Has she attacked you before?
No. She's threatened. Whether or not that threat holds any merit, or whether it's just a defense mechanism or a back off, I am unsure.
Do you think you could take her in a fight if it came down to it?
I've seen her do some pretty crazy shit, like turn into a bear. I don't know if I could. I don't know how many times she can do that. She has ice magic, which I'm now vulnerable to. I think it wouldn't go in my favor unless I had some kind of way of ensuring that others would side with me.
Then lay your cards close to your chest. Do things that she agrees with. Get her on your side, and there is no risk of her turning on you. And if you still have doubts, wait until she rests, and when she does, make sure she never gets the chance to wake up.
Would that not be considered a cowardly move to kill someone when they're sleeping?
Definitely. But it sounds like you are being quite afraid of the little small bird folk.
Nothing wrong with being cautious.
Sometimes it is the battlefield you choose can sway how a battle goes. If your enemy has horse, you fight in the forest. She can turn into creatures and has ice magic. An area of anti-magic would give you an upper hand. I believe you saw one in this very city. That would be the more brave option. But if you are the little, in your heart, puppy with its tail between its legs, would always do the weak thing of poison, or when they're asleep and unawares. Still a victory. But
Thank you once again for the advice.
Can't promise I'll be here all the time. I do have other shit to deal with.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to that.
If you contact me again, I'm going to assume that you have someone who wishes to make a deal.
Delete my trance.
Yep, you like.
Boy, am I glad I made a character who sleeps upright wearing a mask.
You don't know what happened.
I know. Atlas isn't glad, I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm not
but,
gonna kill you in your sleep.
you guys spent a full
Yeah.
8 hours doing fuck all.
Hey, we might do fuck some.
I think during that time, Barros will definitely approach Atlas because it's been a while.
Been a minute.
Yeah. I kind of just walk over and be like, "So, how's the crew?"
They're making a fortune off of our fuck up. Or
Well, at
ours
least
may just
someone's
fuck
getting.
off.
Well, at least someone's getting rich off it, because I certainly am not.
Dogger
But
seems
I
to be getting
suppose.
pretty good luck on getting into those hollow straps. Maybe you should try and ask him for some cash.
He's
Or you could kill him.
he's tighter than a fucking priest's ass. Jesus. Especially when it comes to coin. But yes, they seem happy.
Yeah, they were glad I was okay. I think they were
That's
worried
nice of
about
them.
you guys.
Well, we've suddenly got ourselves in a pickle, haven't we?
Yeah. When we came here to fight a terrorist, I definitely wasn't expecting side with the terrorists as the next step.
Well, sometimes you've got to fight fire with fire, and these things always end up unpredictable. What matters is you win.
Why would you fight fire with fire? That's just gonna make more fire. Fire plus fire is just even more fire.
I don't know, it's a saying. I'm not the very one to know where these quotes come from that I use to try and get my point across.
I don't even know how you would fight fire with fire. Like, surely at that point you're actively helping the fire.
Well,
Or maybe fighting fire with wood would be actively helping the fire. I don't know.
I don't think it means in a literal sense. I think it just means using what they use against them. It's not the best method, but like you said, sometimes the difference between terrorists and revolutionaries is who wins.
I wish we could just challenge the Archmage to a duel.
Unfortunately, I don't think she's brave enough for that.
Also, I'm pretty sure she'd kill us.
Maybe, but
He's an Archmage.
it would be a glorious death, would it not?
No, there's no such thing as a glorious death. A
I'd like to think
meaningful
mine.
death, maybe. But, glorious? Your corpse hits the ground no matter what you do, you know?
True, but you're not going to remember it, so...
You never know.
Oh, there's lots of weird magic in this place. I'd like to believe when I die I'm surrounded by biscuits and women and men and anything that I can fuck, but, you know.
You need to stop worshipping the god of death then, because I'm pretty sure that's just void.
Yeah, I stopped worshipping the god of death a
You
little
want to
while
fuck
ago.
everything, then maybe, I don't know, life gods.
Maybe.
Or-
Cyrus kind of sent me off a spiral with the gods recently. It's been a rough 2 weeks in my little brain, but
Yeah,
we've got
he
more
was almost
important things
making
to
me
do.
question things, and then, got a
You know,
god
got in
literally
backpack.
talking to me, so that helped. And hindered.
Listen, I know that over the past, since you've been gone, decisions we've made, you've not seen their value, and that's okay. I don't expect you to. The way that I see the world and the way that you see the world is very different, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and
I think what you did was evil, and if we weren't in such a tight spot right now, I'd be handing you over to the nearest authorities and walking away with a clear conscience. But,
I accept that.
I'm more disappointed in myself than anything. I convinced myself that you were all good people, despite the fact that I knew you were soldiers and pirates and whatever Volgir's doing.
Just because
That's
we
not
do
me
evil
necessarily saying
things.
you're bad people, but I'm not great at sorting people into categories other than good or bad. And realistically, most people fall somewhere in the middle. Just need to work out which side they err on more often.
Well,
A
I can tell
virtuous
you my
pirate,
reason.
evil soldier, who knows?
Well, I can tell you my reason, but I don't think it would help, and I don't think it would change your mind, because morality is this weird thing that we all align ourselves to say we're good, we're bad, but at the end of the day, it's not about good or bad, it's about surviving. I did what I had to, because in my heart, I believe that I was protecting you. I was protecting all of you. Now, you can completely disagree, and that is your purview. But in my heart, that is how it goes, that is how it will always go. I've grew up for the past 10 years surrounded by some pretty fucking evil people. And I like to think that I'm a good person. I don't do things maliciously. I do things because they have purpose and value to the people that I care about. But like you said, in
I
your eyes,
understand
that's...
you, but I don't agree with you.
I think that's all we need to do. At least for now. Hey, when all this is over, if you think that I'm not going to be able to help you in your goal, and that my morals and your morals simply cannot work, then hey, who knows? Maybe we'll go our different ways. But for now...
Honestly, Barros, I'm more trying to work out the logistics of how we're going to fit enough biscuits to feed you on any Tev in the world.
That magic snake, it's not real biscuits, it's magic.
That better
you
not
know?
be the reason you're sieging the city.
No, definitely not. For the good of the people and
Power to the people and
revolution.
give us that biscuit snake.
I mean, it's a benefit, not a necessity, but, I'm a pirate, we have our hoard, we have our treasure. A biscuit snake maybe tips me over the edge. But
If you've buried a chest of biscuits on a planet, they're probably not good anymore.
He's
shit.
created a biscuit tree. He goes back.
Right, well, I better not go back to that planet anytime soon. Maybe they've turned into weird biscuit creatures.
They might still be delicious.
Oh, true. Imagine a giant, bear made out of biscuits that you could kill and eat, and it's just biscuit. Sorry, I divulged into my biscuit thoughts. But I am still with you through this. I still believe in your cause, and now that you've got a little tiny god in your backpack, all the more reason,
Yeah.
And it seems my dream of being some nonchalant captain going around the expanse, fucking everything and eating everything, seems very minuscule to what's going on now. So, who knows? Maybe I'm going to put that to the side for a while. Maybe do something that matters. And if that means maybe no more killing guards, even if it thinks I'm protecting you, then hey, maybe it's time for a change.
I guess we'll see if we get off the city first.
That is true. We're going to have to kill a few more guards first. At least this time, let's make sure they're
Just give them
defending
a
themselves.
sword or something first.
You're right. Glorious death and all of that. I suppose it's only fair. To be fair, when I was speaking, when I did this, I didn't think he'd, kill him. I thought he might get rid of him, but you know what? That's on me.
Cyrus has been a soldier fighting on the front lines of a bloody war for God knows how long. I bet if there's one thing in the world he knows how to do, it's follow commands.
That is true.
I think maybe
Maybe
that's
we
one
need
of
to
the
make an
reasons I'm so
agreement.
disappointed. The realization that... never mind.
No, go on. Whatever you're feeling, it's valid.
I worry that Cyrus isn't a good or bad person. I worry that he has as much good and bad in him as the cannon on my shoulder or a particularly well-trained guard dog. It just matters who's holding the leash. When we're holding the leash, he's a good person. When Traki's holding the leash, he becomes a bad one. And I worry that rather than taking off the leash, he'll just try and hand it to whoever he thinks can do a good job. But
I understand.
I also don't
that.
know him that well, so that might be total guesswork.
I think you probably know him more than most people do. You have to realize that, like you said, he's been on a leash for a long time, and sometimes to break those habits, you just fall back into them because it's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it was like fighting in a war. I've never even seen a war, never mind fought in one.
It's not fun. I jest about the gloriousness of battle and getting into a fight and waging war on the Expanse, but it's gruesome, it's dirty, it's messy. You know how many people shit themselves when they die? It's a lot. A lot of people shit themselves when they die. It's
dignified.
it is, but unfortunately, that's everybody has their reason, whether or not that be good or bad. And maybe if we can keep a hold of that leash just long enough that he can learn to live without it, then we can help him form into a person that isn't connected so closely to his past.
Maybe you can hold the leash. It's all I can do to stop the dog from biting me right now.
True, but well,
I see him
you've got
looking at me
you've
across
you've
the
got
room constantly. I mean, man, I get that he's, devilish heritage and all, but I think I've seen literal fire in his eyes.
Yeah, it was a little weird out when he just set himself on fire before.
Okay, good. I thought I was the only one who was like that.
I thought it was like a bright light before, but now it's fire, and it's he's definitely going through a change that maybe we do need to keep a leash on him, and maybe every so often just give me a prod if it's not in the right direction. I'm still new to this. And,
Ever since Aparna talked to me, he's been different. I don't know.
Maybe he's feeling left out. He so desperately detests the gods. Maybe it's just that wanting and longing of having something to hold on to that is bigger than themselves that is driving him insane.
Or maybe he doesn't trust me because he thinks I have a god whispering in my ear.
Oh, there's a lot of resentment. There's a lot of anguish in his past that he can tell you himself. I will not dare repeat, but it's going to take a while for him to let go of what he knows, what he remembers, what he's used to, and maybe keeping that leash on him and loosening it as we go on is a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing, because that's a lot of power to have, to leash a dog onto someone, and such a efficient killing machine.
Yeah. Not so much a dog as a bear. Or I don't know, like a lizard maybe? Like a big lizard. Like those the ones that bite you and then they follow you till you die.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that. But yeah, I think just keep an eye on him. I'll talk to him, see where his head's at with at least you. Last thing we need is, you two killing each other, fighting, fucking.
Killing each other? Have you seen the size of him? He would just snap me in half. Like, just done.
You turn into a bear. A fucking scary bear. A fucking rank bear.
And the weakest kind of pole bear.
I mean, in my books, I'm the weakest one in this out of all of you. You all have your little connections. You all have your greater destiny with your swords and your gods and your past. I just swing swords at people and sing stupid songs. But hell, maybe you guys just need to fuck. It works. It works in my culture. Maybe it will work with you. Right, I'm going to go try and figure out what our next plan is. But don't be a stranger. I've missed you. And I will walk off to find just to look over a map of the city and kind of figure out what our next plan is.
Yep. Over the next while, you are visited by two runners. One from Tracky's group. Actually, should be three runners. All three have an iconic view. So each one sends a runner to you and is able to divulge some information from you or to you. Tracky's group is able to confirm they were able to strike successfully and take down the checkpoint with no further casualties than their original movement had hindered them. So they are still 6 strong, including Tracky. But it's kind of picked up around there, similar to how you guys are experiencing at the minute around your checkpoint that you hit. Alara's group are able to share information with you all about the middle district, and they're also the fact that the 2 consecutive strikes on the lower district at the kind of like has begun to take pressure off the other districts. Everyone confirmed the middle district actually has dropped back down to an orange alert level. People aren't being stopped in the streets as much anymore. Able to share that information with you. The Undercity Grunner basically confirms that there's currently 60% in favor of the Archmage's decisions in the city, based on how they're spinning things. And that is it for the intel. Whenever they leave, would you like to instruct them to do anything in their next time segment? Otherwise, they would sleep through the night. But they can't stay up in physical exhaustion, or you can tell them, like, in the morning, do this, or, like... You can update them with what you like
giving them. Is it worth giving them a full day's worth of X3? At least.
I mean, we don't want them
tell
exhausted.
them-
That's just gonna
Tell them to
fuck shit up.
definitely rest during the night, but maybe or we ask them to hold off until we see what the watch
I think we want to
does
see
about
what the
attacks.
watch is doing first.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, so
then
maybe-
if we see something, they can maybe spin it.
Mhm.
That's fine. If you don't give any orders, then they'll say, okay, we'll rest up and just like lay low for the now, and this, hopefully this heat will die down, and they'll head back to their respective safe houses. Because they are small individuals moving, and it's a short distance where you are in the Undercity. The Undercity seems secure to some level. There's not much guard presence in there, but moving through the lower district is probably the most difficult bit right now. I will make some quick rolls just to see if anyone gets caught.
During downtime, Atlas is just like furiously scribbling in her book. At one point, she tears out a page and hands it to Astra, and it's just a doodle of Astra shooting lightning bolts out of her fingers.
I'm just gonna say this now before I forget for the end of the session. I am upset and hurt. I feel like I've let Atlas down.
Before you finish that
I
sentence,
I
was
like that
waiting
you
for,
were like,
point
before I
two.
forget. Before I forget, I am upset and hurt.
Yeah, I'm like that DM hurt me. I was like, oh god,
What hurt you?
the fact that you kind of called Cyrus out, and I'm like, I'm hurting myself by making myself the bad guy of the party. I'm hurting myself by making myself the bad guy, but it made sense.
I feel like during Cyrus's dream thing, if he's like, or not dream, whatever the hell it was.
Meditation.
If you're somewhat still like recovering from the fight and feverish, Astra's probably like, I was gonna say dot your head of a cold cough, but that's probably not the way to go.
Take 4 points of cold damage.
Just making sure like you're not like breaking into a fever or whatever, because like, she's seen you catch fire. She's like, what the hell's going on?
Make
right
sure
now?
you're not going in shock.
Yeah, doing all those things.
Eat a slice of bread.
Putting all the dried tears and blankets. Like,
Is that any kind of check, Harry, to see if she can figure out what's going on with Cyrus?
Medicine check, please.
I feel like even if she rolls really well, it's just like, physically, okay.
He's-
Mentally,
When was he ever okay mentally?
17.
He's clearly, the fire that came out of him clearly was not harming him in any way. He appears to be so attuned to it that you would summarize that he seemed to be immune to the fire. Definitely some kind of ability bestowed probably from his celestial heritage. Especially given away the fact that it did shift to radiant damage, but funnily enough, that seemed to be the thing that was harming him, not the fire itself, the actual radiant pretty hurting him.
Okay, his hair's not singed. I don't see any, like, residue. Kind of want to poke him in the head. No, don't do that. Just, like, leave.
At the end of your rest, You notice that the patrols around the checkpoint near you do die down, but anyone who goes up to like the upper levels of the barn, tries to use it as a little lookout to look around and scout, we still see there's heavy presence over to the west where Tracky's safe house is. You also hear on the broadcast screens across the city, you kind of like see the familiar form of the like magistrate minister of magical affairs,
Man, that
Gallows
guy
around
sucked.
Firestride, the like high elf, like he's just kind of like very full of himself, and he's just like,
Atlas snapping out of her like half trance, just be like, "Boo."
It's just the doodling, and then the TV comes on.
Boo.
Yeah, just that.
Glare.
people of Tilm, have no fear. There were some attacks today in the lower district, but the good news is it does mean that we are getting to the bottom of the origin of these attacks. We are narrowing down where they're hiding, and we will turn over every last stone until we find them. Do not panic. As a result, the lower district is in full lockdown effect. However, the middle district and the docks have been lifted to a lighter level of lockdown. Those of you in those districts will be allowed to come and go as you please. However, all access to and from the lower district has been restricted, as has the access to the Undercity in the middle district, to avoid people using it to try to sneak out and seek refuge in less attackable, less defended areas of the city. In other news, we are beginning work on our large spaceship port at the docks. Please stay away from the previously dubbed Grand Airspace Dock on the eastern side of the city, as major renovations will be taking place through the night and into tomorrow morning, making sure it's suitable for Tevs to dock with our new, once it is complete, life support system. So please, keep distant. It is a dangerous area over there. We don't want anyone getting hurt. And again, if you are in the lower district, stay in your homes. Stay safe. Lock your doors and windows. We'll deal with these people, and we will get you safe once more. Have our word. And then the transmission ends. And for the first time in like a day, you see that the red flashing screen on the like busy set, like the projected slab, here stops doing the red alert flash. Looking out the window, so you still see the large ones on like beside the building and stuff still flash in this district, but if you look up towards the upper district and middle district, you don't see that quite as obvious anymore. But the upper district does look like it is being heavily reinforced, as does the Castello. Mechanical terms, they are still in red alert, the upper and Castello district, but middle and docks appear to be a bit more free to move around and shit. But there seems to be some issues now with perhaps using the Undercity to get to the middle district, and perhaps try the cross thresholds might be more difficult now as well.
Oh. Maybe we potentially use the drive stairs in the middle district to do something that will disrupt its claims.
Yeah.
Or do something to the life support. Make it seem like it's not working.
I was going to say, now that we know that the life support system is being built and the space docks makes them targets, if we can make our way there, then disrupting that life support system will disrupt the launch.
Maybe they're...
Just because he said the docks are being changed to space docks and then followed it with the life support, it doesn't mean they're in the same place. It just means these two things are coming together at the same time.
Why are they changing them to docks now? Surely that should have been done months ago.
Magical City? Maybe they have a way of doing it quickly. I mean, if you have all the parts, then maybe putting it together isn't going to take too long.
I'm just concerned they're using them as bait, like red flag. Lure us out.
That is true.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
go for it.
Even if it is a red flag, the docks still need updated and changed to spaceports. They can't house expanse-faring Tevs. at the moment. So there is some legitimacy to the what he has said.
Um,
I just
I'm not
wish we could get to
discrediting.
the Castello. Just talk to the mage one-on-one. Maybe if I could explain everything with Saparna, maybe she'd... I don't know. Maybe we'd work something out.
Oh, she could kill you. Take it.
Yeah, you have no idea what she would do with the information if she believes that she is this sole herald of the gods that's going to drag an entire city into space because of her mission with the gods. If you come to her with a piece of it and you say, "Hey, by the way, I've also got a piece of Saparna," she might. I doubt at this point she's going to say, "Okay, let's work something out." I think she will kill you and take the piece. If we could level the playing field, if we make things difficult enough for them, she may open up the channels to negotiation, realizing that we are not leaving until there's been an agreement, maybe then, but we don't have a bargaining chip big enough for that to go smoothly.
it was the East Docks, wasn't it? So like,
The three
Here.
larger docks, yeah, those would be the Grand Airship docks.
okay.
I do think we need to do something to stall. Whether that is we chance the docks, or try and figure out more about the life support system. The problem is the district is still in lockdown, which means it's going to be difficult to move around. They're probably fortifying
Attack on
the
middle
docks.
district is probably a good idea. As much as I hate putting Alara on the line like that. As they say areas are safe, make them unsafe, undermine them.
Make them lie.
And it'll be something I think they'll not expect as much. They'll expect us to go to the docks and disrupt that, but we disrupt something, maybe some crucial supply warehouse or something in the middle district.
It also falsifies what he said, that they are closing in on our location. They don't realize that we're spread throughout the city yet. They think we're here, and only here. But if we show that we're also in the middle, it might make people think, oh, maybe they don't have a handle on the situation as well as they think. It could lessen the faith that the people have in the Watch.
What if we did something? You did the middle and we did one.
Maybe we open.
But we did one towards the docks, and then you've done it across 3 different areas.
Maybe we open up the way into the docks.
Like this one here, I'm thinking. Or this one here.
That may be too close to. Maybe this one, because then from there we have passage into the docks. We can at least see what's going on there.
I'm just wary
Just
of
as with the Dryas tiers as well, Fjornik will say, you could also try this one. It would open up the Undercity access. You could then pull up the Undercity group as well to assist us if you'd like.
That might be a good idea considering.
The problem is, it's very close to the safe house. It might draw more attention to us. But it would mean you would have more boots on the ground for whatever you're doing in the docks. Remember, they're stuck down there. They can only pop up in the lower district. And if they put guards around those holes, we got a problem.
But maybe we shouldn't be using the Undercity group as our attack force. Maybe they should be our defense, our boots on the ground, our intel.
Gather people.
Maybe our reactionary force.
I was thinking we'd try sending the gondola down through one of the holes, but I worry it might get spotted. And also, I don't know if they even have a place to store it down there.
Be worried in case the guild took it.
That is actually an option. Whenever you were on the ship Atlas, how often did the radar scan underneath the city?
I don't know. I know they were keeping a constant cloud around the ship to throw off the radar. And then
'Cause
they
we
could
have
only
a-
swoop in and out real quick
We have
before
a-
it started tracking.
We have a glass dome next to us. If we were able to smash a hole open big enough for the gondola, we could technically take the gondola under the city, bypass all of the checkpoints, and hit the docks directly.
But remember, Kaylin said there was a 3-minute window
Yeah.
from whenever they got within range, but you weren't sure in the exact logistics of like how far its range was. But you would imagine the range was probably, fairly far around the city.
Yeah.
It's like a city defense weapon. It's not like a local, defense. It's not meant for like close defense like that. It's meant for like, space pirates coming towards the city, blasting out the sky before they get close, kind of thing.
At
I
the
mean-
risk,
Sorry, go on, Astra.
at the risk of sounding like Trekkie, if we take out that life support, they physically can't go up. They can't. I like to think they can't go up.
It's finding it in a city, in a district where it's already difficult to move. I think right now our plan is to expand our moving distance. So we
But
have
we
a
don't
little bit
wanna
of
make it-
breathing room.
Yeah, we don't want to bring ourselves too close to the safe house, though.
Well, something
noticed.
something tells me that they wouldn't telegraph where the life support system is, unless they are just that confident that we can't do anything. I imagine it would be somewhere that's heavily
whatever's controlling
fortified.
the life support system will be in the
I think-
Castello somewhere.
I was about to say, I think it's going to be a dub. They're going to have, it's going to look underguarded, and we're going to do something. If they're hoping that we'll do something.
So we go for middle district then. Do something there.
I say we do middle district, and we do something like this one here.
Well, we
these
can't get to the middle district, but obviously they.
Yeah,
They
we do.
can.
Yeah.
I think we do one of these two.
I wonder, is there any way that Trekkie could support us?
He
Well,
could maybe
if you did
go
this
for of
one,
them.
Maybe
Yeah.
he could do this one.
if rather than he's in a high zone. What if we did this one, and we had the team from the Undercity give us a hand?
I think
We
we
need
can
to get
probably
them out
take
of
one of
the
those little
Undercity.
ones with just the 5 of us.
What does it mean?
I
when
Yeah.
you
mean,
fill it in?
we did pretty
If
well.
it's
with
built
the
in, if
other
they're
one.
well trained. If they're not filled in, they're untrained. You guys actually
Oh,
haven't spent much
right.
time scouting what those look like. You've seen a well trained one up close. You've fought one, but you haven't seen it.
We handled the well-trained guys, and yes, we had extra Dryad's tears, but we got through pretty decently.
Maybe the 5 of us can do it rather than bringing the others. Is it worth we sleep maybe
I
and
mean-
spend?
If
One-
we
Worst
one
case
thing-
scenario, if we approach it and we go, oh my god, there's no way we can take those guys, at least, we've scouted.
Yes.
Yeah, I think reconnaissance is probably the better option. Figure out what we're up against before we charge in. The one just round the corner was convenient because we could see it from here. We knew what we were up against. We don't know what these ones look like.
Well, if we each took a different one, we can maybe reconnaissance the ones immediately around the safe house.
I mean, Beros and Volker, you guys need to go out and do some recon, so I'll give you a quick rundown. Anything that's unprotected, they're protected by just a small untrained unit, so that's like 4 guys.
We can take 4 guys.
And they
Yeah,
weren't
we
like
outnumber
captains, they were like sergeants, highest rank. Maybe 1 sergeant and then 3 cadets.
You two took out a sergeant and a cadet. Just the 2 of you,
And
five of us should be able to handle it, no problem.
it was over in the matter of seconds.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's leave the Dryad's Tears here to hold down the
Recuperate.
fort and recuperate a bit better. Maybe they can.
And then we go out and, I don't know, maybe take this one out.
Yeah, that's what I think.
If it's worth considering seeing what kind of guard postings or lockdown they have on the Undercity gates. Because if it's 2 guards and I don't know if there's a controlled gate that they can lock people out and into the Undercity. If we could take one of the entrances, that might be worth our while. It gives us a wee bit more freedom of movement.
From what the report said, it was the middle district that they were blocking entrances to, right? Not the lower district.
Yes, they blocked the entrances into the middle district, but they made the mention of the lower district deliberately to try to keep anyone.
Little terrorist bastard asses out.
Those were actually blocked. Those two, but the rest are still accessible.
So let's hit this guard post. And should I send a message to Alara and tell her to hit one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
A small one, a big one.
A small one. Let's try and maximize our expanse while minimalizing our casualties.
So you would recall she has the same kind of setup as Tracky. So she gets an 80. She would have a 95% chance to take out an untrained small checkpoint.
One.
For a well-trained
Little
medium
cross-
checkpoint, it
Maybe-
would probably be around more like
High up
75%.
there.
Why
That might be
is
good
it?
actually,
this
because
one.
that's like next to the upper district.
Yeah.
Notably,
Yeah, and
the
it-
upper district only has entry from the south. There is no all the upper district is all exclusive.
It's
What,
also the furthest point from us,
Yeah.
which means they say, "Oh, they're in the lower district." No, they're not. They're actually quite near the upper district,
Yeah.
even if the entrance is only through the south.
Sorry, can you get rid of my yellow circle? It won't let me get rid of it.
And then it makes them cast an even wider net if they think they've narrowed us down to somewhere in the lower district and then the top of the middle district gets hit. Then either we're moving around very artfully or there's lots of us. It'll make it
Well,
look like
it's-
there's more of us.
My
might-
only other suggestion is potentially, I know it might be a little bit dangerous, but if we could hit this top one, then it spreads their search even further. If that's
That's what I
our
was-
intention.
Yeah.
You just worry that's too close to the space docks.
Maybe we could try and hit like here on the corner.
I'm just trying to think, because if we've already hit here,
Then maybe one
If
move
we
further
hit down
like
here,
Yeah.
then you can literally just do one big circle, and then it narrows the search area to somewhere around here.
'Cause, yeah. 'Cause this one's been
Whereas
hit,
if we
this
do
one's been
this
hit.
here,
If this one gets hit, then like they don't know, because this one's been hit, the safe house could be like here or here or here. Like they don't.
so if we hit here, it might force them to look in this kind of area.
It's
Think
either
of it a
that
bit.
or we try and deal with those in the bid and bridle.
I'd
Yeah.
rather
Yeah,
hit
that's-
guard posts than civilians. I know they're militia, but
And again,
Well-
don't get strung up on the maps and icons on the map. Like, you know, like how you went to the Bit and Bridle and found it was full of like loyalist, like to the Archmage. You
we
could go.
search houses.
yes,
and
You could-
loyalists.
You could search the
find the nationalists.
the Cirque Maximus or whatever, or you could go check
I
out
do
like
wanna
shops.
see what's
and stuff.
happening in the Maximus, the self-guard Maximus. I am
Okay,
curious.
Maybe we
I'm
should.
not- just, you know, but maybe your current plan is better. But just a reminder, you know, you do not need to be like, oh, we need to hit all these. But like, you know, if you're looking
What
for
are the yellow squares?
yellow squares are access to the Undercity, and the yellow lines near the upper, middle, and Costello districts are access routes. So you can go under the upper city from the middle district, and it takes you out. It kind of snakes under, like.
I don't know what game we're playing anymore, but it's not D&D.
It is.
This is some straight up strategy shit.
Yeah, it's Risk. It's Risk.
Harry tricked me
Okay.
into playing Risk. It only took him like 7 years.
Risk is a good game. So
But I think
maybe in the morning
this
we hit one of the checkpoints into the docks. Do that early, so hopefully if there's I don't know if they do shift exchanges, but we might catch them when they're tired and before their reinforcements arrive.
What are you
send a
thinking? We do an
message.
early
And then-
night, early morning.
Early night, early morning, and then
And send a message to Alara to hit the same or similar time.
similar time. and then if we want to come back and rest, or if we want to push on and check out the area, see if anyone is favorable to our cause instead of the Watchers. We have already gathered a few people.
We can recon a bit further around the gym.
Yeah, we can recon with a little bit more breathing room.
Well, do we not want to recon first? Because if we attack this, then it's going to cause a lot of guards to swarm the area.
I mean, we've already reconned, no?
But we're thinking recon the
mean,
buildings.
specifically try and see if we can find out who of the people, like the Britain Bridal, is against us, or is there anyone that is in favor of us? It's a risk, but
I wish there was
Maybe.
some kind of secret code we could put out.
well, Barros, how did you find out if they were? What did you say whenever you entered the Britain Bridal?
I talked about that, the fact that we brought a dead guard, and then they were like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm only joking."
Okay, so let's not do that, but
I mean,
something
it
in the same effect.
It worked.
Don't think it'll work twice though, because they knew us, so they probably hesitated a bit.
We also might want to check out the buildings near that checkpoint. You know, a lot of fighting, a lot of commotion. Somebody's bound to have looked outside and seen what was happening.
What about the wizard students? The ones we got really, really drunk and maybe killed their bartender.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make much fighters, Barros.
We didn't
And
kill him,
mages,
I
though.
checked. He had a heart attack. We might have caused the heart attack, but...
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. But they're mages. They go to magic school, yes?
Yeah,
mean-
but
They're better than nobody. Maybe they can help us, like, at least concern. They have parents, they have family, they have friends. They know the city.
But
Any ally
surely
is a good
mages
ally.
in magic school are probably going to side with, the mage.
Well,
We
it's-
need a
necessarily.
non-magic school.
But it seemed to be a pretty rundown student, like, student housing. Like, it wasn't exactly the cream de la crop, was it?
Maybe they don't want to be associated.
the other thing
Maybe-
that we now have at our disposal is the gauntlet.
Yeah, which Barros has
I'm not-
not
I'm-
done anything to.
I'm not suggesting that we use it, but if we figure out how it works, we could use it as a means of getting more people on our side, showing them what lengths the Watch have been willing to go to persecute its own people.
I wonder
But then
if we could work out how it works and work out how to
Could we reverse
fix
it?
it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say use it to learn more from the guards, but yeah, I mean, fixing the problem works too.
I'm just thinking if you have a family member whose brain has been scrambled, you might be willing to do a lot to get them unscrambled again.
If they know that we can fix them, maybe they'll be inclined to side with us more.
It might put us as, altruists.
Do you remember where this family was?
They're down near the Nepos Temple.
Right. So maybe we should study the gauntlet, get an early night, and in the morning do some recon, and then
Yeah.
afternoon hit one of the checkpoints. And tell Alara to do the same in the morning.
Yeah. I think the gauntlet is a bust. We already know that the half the people were for it, half the people were against it, but it was a pretty regular occurrence. It wasn't like a one-time thing.
Or if people have already accepted it as... Fuck. My voice.
It's been and gone.
You might need to clean your air filters a little.
I don't want us
Sorry.
grasping at straws again. We've already spent too long doing that.
I mean, Barrows, do you want to spend an hour like looking at the gauntlet and like studying it, whatever it does, or what do you get cast identify on if you have it, and immediately?
I'll spend an hour studying it if you don't wanna.
I'm not really one for magic items. Maybe you can.
I know nothing about brain scrambling gauntlets, but I'll give it a go.
I still think we should
Here,
consider
come here. Let me scramble your brain and then see if I can unscramble it.
using the gondola to get to the docks. Because if we hit the docks without even in their eyes, if we hit the docks without hitting any of the checkpoints in between, they're gonna wonder. It's gonna loosen their faith that they can easily catch us. That we're more elusive than they think.
Maybe.
At this point, it's all head games.
Plus, it'll give us a reason to actually use it.
Alice is just scanning the room like, is there anyone here who wouldn't mind getting I could scramble Yasin and they probably wouldn't notice.
Leave Yasin alone.
When she lingers on Cyrus a bit too long, he's just gonna.
She doesn't. She scans straight over you like you're not even there.
As I thought she would.
Is that better or worse?
No brain in there anyway.
It's like the fucking Futurama with like, Fry, what happened to your brain slug? Poor little guy starved to death. But yeah, I'll study the Scrambly Gauntlet.
Sure. You study Scrambling Gauntlet, and you learn watching.
Okay.
And while you browse that, I'm gonna call it a break. Well, don't look at fucking me. What are you guys doing?
but I believe
You're in a safe
we're-
house.
I
Nothing's
believe
happening.
We're resting. We're deciding to sleep.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah,
gonna
we
sleep.
were gonna sleep.
Cool.
And the Druids too should probably keep watch again because they don't
Yep.
have
They
to
can keep
sleep as
watching. That's
much.
fine. You're gonna sleep till next day.
And we just need to make sure nobody kills anybody in their sleep.
Cyrus is going to bed. He's
Completely
sleeping.
coincidentally, not like I overheard anything or.
I didn't hear anything. It happened in my mental plane.
And yet, still, me insisting that they keep watch makes sense because we were also, hiding from watchers.
You all rest. Another 8 hours of nothing happens, so some heat dies down somewhere else. And yeah, you basically all bed down for the night. You all get a long rest. If you'd like to take it, the Druid's Tears all get one as well.
Yep.
So there's
Wonderful.
okay. And while you sleep, one
Do
of
you regain half your hit points or one of them?
half your hit
half
dice.
your hit dice. So I should only regain 2. No, the reason I asked is for some reason it's given me all 4 of them back.
Should only be 2.
I must have already done it. Just forgot.
While
Always
you
thank you.
sleep, Beros, you dream.
Oh,
I agree.
Beros is finally gonna get a friend! The universe heard him complaining to Atlas about it.
Beros, you were
It's
sleeping
apparent I felt sad for
on
him.
a probably like a bale of hay or something like that in the stable because it also doubles as a great snack for your goatiness.
It does.
Midnight.
It's literally the marshmallow eating the pillow. You just wake up to a big hole where your face was.
So you're sleeping and your mind drifts off and you dream. It's not uncommon, but this time when you do dream, it is you stir sleep and you're not on the hay bale. Like in a bed, there's a duvet draped over you. And you think you're in the tavern, just based on the surroundings. There's someone in the bed next to you. You feel something cold against your leg. Not like the cold touch of a body, but like the cold touch of metal. And as you look over to see whom you spent the night with, you see head on the pillow, metallic eyes closed, the serpentine form of a large metal serpent whose mouth is permanently stuck agape. And as you look at it and realize what it is, its metal eyes clunk open very robotic and they glow with their little green light. And then you just hear, "Hello, my sweet."
I've missed you so.
I've missed
Where have you been?
I'm trapped down here. Must save me.
Don't worry, I will save you. It is my sole mission. The only purpose and reason I am here is to set you free, my dear.
No, Beros, you're not listening. I need your help. You must save me. And you watch as the metallic, long, serpentine face begins to rescind back, and you see, as if the metal itself peels away, as if the skin was being flayed from this metal creature, and you see the small, round nose, the pale, white, pallid skin, the eyes that look so similar to yours when you look in a mirror, the defined cheekbones and the hairline of your mother that kind of rescinds back into the serpentine body. And she says, "You must save me, Beros. Please. I need your help."
Barros will freak the fuck out. Not because he's seen my mother, but because he's seen his mother in his bed.
Yeah. As you begin to freak out,
Weird sex thoughts about that biscuit snake.
as you begin to freak out, your mother looks at you with this genuine sincerity and fear in her eyes, and then she begins to vomit biscuits like everywhere, like you know the money machine that fires money like that, like from her mouth.
I'm just thinking of the bit in The Good Place where Janet vomits
He
the
hit jackpot.
pennies.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
We hit
Beros,
jackpot,
you
Beros.
wake up in a cold sweat. Your mouth is full of hay. And yeah, you're laid on your hay bale. Yeah.
Was it the dream spell, or is Barrows just fucked up?
Probably fucked up.
was it the dream
Freud would
spell?
love to get his hands on
And
that
Barros
dream.
is fucked up. Side note, whenever it's like, oh yeah, you sleep on like a hay bale or whatever, all I'm imagining is Atlas just sleeps like perched in like the rafters. Like a terrifying giant bird of prey just watching down.
You think Atlas puts like a little like hood on herself to sleep?
Atlas wears a hood anyway. She sleeps in her mask and everything.
neck pillow.
She's got
Against
little
the
like
beam.
shutters she can put over the lenses, like black out the world.
No, that's the thing. You can never tell if her eyes are open or closed. It is just the mask blankly staring for 8 hours.
But yeah, you all wake up. No one else has any funny dreams or anything like that. I assume a Dragon has been summoned in your downtime, so the Drake is back with you all. Just, chilling like a villain.
Right.
Dang.
I better send a message to Alara.
Hmm.
25 words. Anybody got anything important they need to confess?
You had given instructions to Alara's runner
Oh, did we?
to hit that one,
Okay, cool.
wasn't it? Or did you wait until
I thought we were waiting.
Oh, you were waiting, yeah, you were. You decided that's what she was gonna do. Unless you want to, like, get in the nitty-gritty of it, you can just say we're gonna tell Alara's group to hit that.
Okay, cool.
And expand the resource. So yeah, she receives a message, confirms she receives it, and says they'll hit it ASAP. Basically, like they've only just woken up themselves. So Lara's going for that point. Do you reach out to your Undercity group or track it at all?
Kill yourself.
Also hit maybe this checkpoint. Did we? Hang on, where's my clicky?
That one?
Oh, yes, this one.
Sure.
I'm asking, did we confirm that that's what we wanted him to do?
Yes, I think that one would be good.
Okay. So Tracky, whenever you mess him, he'll confirm that his runner never returned the previous night, so they just hunkered down. He's like, unfortunately, they didn't make it back. There's just the 5 of us now here. But we can probably take that checkpoint. They were fairly rolled over last time. It was more the getting to and from was the problem.
The fact that Tracky's team keeps disappearing makes me suspicious. I'm just saying.
How's he down to 5? Oh, he lost 3.
He lost 3 in the
lost
initial
3.
move, and then his runner never came back.
Or so he says.
Someone rolled very high or low on whether or not they made back. So I think it was a legitimate problem. Nothing suspicious happening with Trekkie at the moment.
Do you bother contacting the Undercity group at all, or do you just let them soak?
Man, they're good.
Should we put them to use though?
I think
don't
we
thi-
give him a miss.
I don't think we did anything. Did we do anything with them yesterday or?
Yep,
They
they
got
did
intel
the
for us
intel for the
yesterday.
city's opinion, so they unite, so it's 60%.
But I think maybe not using them too much is a good idea because they give us something to fall back on.
There's also no guarantee if you just leave them in the dark that they won't start doing shit on their own.
True.
Like,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say-
at least tell them we don't want you to do anything, or they may be like everyone else might be dead.
Tell them to lay low.
If that's the case, you will need to expend resources to tell them that. Otherwise, there's a chance that they will autonomously do stuff. That's the risk of NPCs. That's the issue people do. Some people they might get nervous. They've been sat since yesterday morning. They did nothing all midday, nothing all evening. Like they've already laid low for like 16 solid hours now.
Tell him to scout instead.
Maybe they could
Yeah.
try and work out what the level
See
of
if they could
security in the
scout.
middle, like the Undercity to Middle City kind of crossing has.
Yeah,
Like
well,
not
they could
attack it
scout.
or anything, but just try and like
Just
see.
scout it out.
See
Yeah.
if there's any places in our favor.
Do that. At least then they're not attacking, but they're also not wasting.
What
Yeah.
spell slot do you expand?
Second level for that, because then you're think to transmit to that one.
Who's got second level spell slots and who has the most?
I've not got any.
I
I
have
have 3.
Okay, you or me?
I don't mind. But I need to chin to it then.
You can just send from your own holo strap, like it's just a message. You pop a
Aye,
second level spell
then
sender. There is a chance it will fail to send because it's a holo strap.
I rely less on my spells because I have like my starry forms and shit, so maybe I should do it.
Okay.
Also,
in
I mean,
case.
one of you also contacted Tracky there, so one of you has probably already expended one, so you could both just expend
Well
one. if you
then,
want.
yeah, I'll do the other one then.
Atlas absolutely did not contact Tracky. Fuck that guy.
And like Tracky will probably organize and be like, it seems like we're planning most things at the start of the day. I'll message you first thing in the morning, and I request what you want to do.
That would
And yet,
that's for us.
so what are you telling your Undercity group to do? Just to recon the Undercity and the like the
Yeah.
connections?
City and the like
Cool.
passage from the Undercity to the middle.
They'll say that they'll send a runner to you once they've successfully reconned it and tried to get the information. They will say that the runner they sent last time didn't make it back, though.
Maybe they shouldn't send them a runner. Maybe we should just wait
Yeah,
until the
just
next
message them.
day and just message.
I mean, they'll
Yeah.
say that they'll probably be done reconning if you give them 8 hours and call them again. They can give you an update instead. Remember, this is like not like a you only get one chance here, so this is like.
We'll ring you. Basically, just say we'll ring you whenever.
Well, they leave
no
it.
earlier
At,
than
they
now.
leave it at. We will recon these positions and we will send a runner with the information. Unfortunately, our runner yesterday did not return, but thanks for getting and talking to us this morning. So then it's up to you guys to like either tell them like, hey, don't. We'll voice out to you and spend another resource, or you can just let them stew for a little bit and then do it maybe later on and hopefully catch them after they've done it.
Well, if as long as we do it before the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you say
Yeah,
you're gonna
we'll-
spend it like before the next time shift, it's fine. But just like
Yeah, we'll try and catch them.
We'll do that.
Cool.
Should we go deal with this fucking little guard post, or are we
Yeah,
doing the
let's see
recon
how
first?
the guard post goes, because if we use
Because-
up all of our spell slots, then,
Sure,
it is
so-
Well, that's it. I'm 50-50 on it, because we want to recon, because if we attack the guard post, it's going to be impossible to recon.
Let's just attack the guard post. We've already reconned
Well,
the area,
if we hit
know?
the guard post, it's going to pull people to the guard post, which means the other areas might be easier to.
We can try it.
Also, we've already
just-
told everyone else to attack in the morning, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just go do it then.
The more places we can simultaneously hit, the more, like, scattered
Confusion.
it makes us
Well,
look,
if we don't, I was about to say, if you don't hit simultaneously as well, they'll just think that it's the same group going from place to place to place, which makes them think that they've got holes in their areas. If you hit it at the same time, they know they've got
But
three
if we hit it
independent
at the
groups
same
that are
time,
neutral.
then it looks like there's
Yeah.
more of us.
And they
Yeah.
panic because, they think
Okay.
they're more in danger.
Let's just go for the scar post then.
So what are you guys going for?
This one, I
this
think.
this one in the corner.
You guys, are you taking the tries here? Or is it just yourself?
I think we're just going to do it with
Just
ourselves.
ourselves.
aren't
Yeah.
So what did you like them do? You have a small, well-trained group.
I'm just gonna.
I mean,
Technically,
maybe
they
we
could
could
scout.
send them.
They could potentially
They-
hit another group, like another one.
They could scout or hit another outpost.
I think maybe scout. For
If they
now.
were to hit another outpost, they would have a 75% chance of success.
I don't want to risk them, though. I like them.
So shall we have them
Yeah,
scout?
but we-
I mean, they'll
I was
still,
about to
they're
say,
still at
the
risk
other-
if they scout.
We
The-
need to use them. Like,
Yeah.
liking
other
them
option-
and using them is two different things.
The other option is we send them to this one, and we go to this one, because at least then, if this one reinforces this one, we can deal with that. They wouldn't be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
Or this one and this one.
We don't want to. We don't want to triangulate our position though.
Yeah.
Too much. We don't want to telegraph where we are.
I'll tell you right now, having one red circle over a safe house is fine. The more you add, that's whenever they begin to start being like, this area is a potential. If you get like a full 3-point triangulation, they'll probably find a safe house.
We could have them try and scout out the self-carriage Maximus and see, like, if
Yeah.
anything's been
Yeah.
set up there.
Yep, 100%. You can send them
Yeah.
to look for. That's definitely another way you can use
Yeah,
it.
I think having
Moving
them
through
scout the
this
areas
district
more
does
useful.
require rolls to make sure you don't get grabbed. or killed or whatever. Whatever happened to the scouts who moved through the previous night.
Maybe
It's the
they
same
could
thing.
take maybe they could take the gondola dressed as guards. We still have uniforms,
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
passes.
Would
Well,
give them a
let's
bonus
do
to
one
their
recon.
to stealth.
yeah.
Yeah, do that,
Yeah.
and then we'll just.
Hit the guard post that we're
So
Yeah.
they're
targeting.
going for the stealth carriage Maximus.
Mhm.
Oh,
Not to
right.
do anything to it though, just to
No, just to scout it out, see what's the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
see if anyone's there.
Okay, so in that regard, I'll roll for Tracky and see if anyone spots his group as they move. Do.
Tracky's group are not rolling well.
No.
It's gonna end up just Tracky over there.
Unless that's the perception checks of the guards, in which case might be good.
And can
But I
someone
doubt it.
roll me a d20, please, for Tracky's attack on that untrained guard post? I think d100, sorry, my bad. He has a... that is technically now small, so that's going to be matched. So it's going to be his flat.
I think 3 more people died on that D4.
Tracky has a 85% chance of success at this. So if you
I can
roll
roll.
a 15
Sure,
or
I'll-
lower, it's bad.
Close.
Clutch.
It's funny because we're like, ooh, close, but like realistically, it's no closer or further away than any other number because that's not how dice work.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Tracky will keep up previous appearances. He will just torch and burn. There's no point saving it. And I need to roll one more time.
Love burning shit.
So at some point during the morning, during like your attack or just right afterwards, you receive a message from Tracky, probably you, Astra, because you probably know who had to message him, because you've got spells, and he will say, "Good news, checkpoints have been dealt with. Bad news, all the people with me unfortunately were lost. We got attacked on the way there, and I lost one more. So it was only me and one other one taking the checkpoint itself, but we worried we wouldn't make it back anyway, so we figured to go down fighting. I managed to get away. We got the checkpoint dealt with, but I'm on my own here."
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
Okay, Asher, relay that.
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
We might be better bringing Tracky back to us to
Yeah.
strengthen our position here.
Oh.
I know you don't
Perhaps.
like him, but if he gets caught and it's just him, he will be outnumbered and possibly,
He might be able to help us take out a bigger area.
yeah, like if we want to try and subdue the militia in the
Or he
Britain
might
Bridal.
betray us and throw us to the wolves like he may have done with the other group.
Yes, well, at least if he's here, we can keep an eye on him. When he's
someone-
halfway across the city, we don't know what he's doing.
Can someone while it's happening just roll me a quick T100 for Lara's group? She's a 5% chance of failure, so a 5 or lower is bad. They don't have any imposed movement though because of their current.
Anyone rolling? Or
Anybody want to take it? If not, I'll
take
roll
it.
Oh,
I'll
go
take
for it.
D100. 45.
Yep, so you eventually you'll receive word from her because they know to contact you, so they can't really tell you what the fuck's happened. But yeah,
Assume it went well. Don't hear an alert of we've caught all the Dryad's tears. Good job, 10 out of 10.
And also the imposter that is posing as
Yep.
the Archmage.
Okay, and then it's our turn, is it?
yeah.
Mhm.
Before that though, someone do me a quick I'll do a d20 roll for their movement. They get a big bonus because of they get advantage in the gondola. That's still pretty bad.
Gotta stop letting you roll for these.
Oh, you know.
Killing off my guys.
Happens. Die.
I don't want them to.
But someone, I think, just did.
Yeah, they did. Even when we tried to give them bonuses.
I mean, this is the problem of sending them through a district that is red alert. They have to make checks to move, even if what they're doing is pretty simple. Reconning is still difficult. That's exact same thing happened to Beros and
I
Volgir.
didn't want to use them and you made me and now they're dead.
Well, they might bring back some useful information. Maybe there's a big green militia there
And
that
on
will
that note,
help
can
us.
someone roll me a D20, please, for whatever they find at the Cirque Maximus?
I'll take that. Oh, fuck.
They know fuck all.
They
Revolution over.
find a big old guard post there.
Yeah, the whole Maximus is held down by guards.
It's in a huge army.
This is where Harry adds a fourth line, and it's just a pentagon. It's like a pentagon, and it's just
green.
XXXXXL.
You guys don't know what rules mean, by the way. Like, so don't be like, oh, it's low, that means it's bad. Some things are like, is it even or odd? Play a massive factor in the things.
Aha! I rolled well.
They get back, and whenever you guys do return from your checkpoint assault, they will inform you that the Circuit Maximus is actually seems to be some kind of holding ground. A lot of people are there. Looks like they're being held in the central area. They do report that there is an issue in the fact that the main buildings are being defended by a few groups of enemies. They don't think they look very well trained, but they do look fairly dense in population. But they say there's upwards of, a couple of hundred people in there, and they are don't look like they're overly happy to be there. From their little flyover. Looks like they're being held.
So maybe it's the people that
Anyone
followed
die?
them.
Yes, one
Wolf.
does not return, unfortunately.
Maybe it's the people that listened to them and said, "Oh, we want to get off planet." They were like, "Okay, everyone to the Maximus."
That's right. They say, like on their way back, unfortunately.
Yasin and my eyeliner bitch are still with us, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Raoul, like another gondola began like chasing them effectively to like try to like make contact. They were just refusing to reply because they were worried about getting compromised. And when the gondola pulled close, Raoul jumped from their gondola onto the other one and crashed it into a building, killing himself and all the other cars in the process.
That's pretty cool, though.
What a Chad! What a Chad!
So Raoul sacrificed himself to keep their identity safe. As far as the Watchers were concerned, it was some kind of malfunction. They don't know what happened. It happened so quickly. But yeah, unfortunately, you did lose Raoul in the process. But he was one of your like spec op team guys. Like he's a badass. Like he's like that's the kind of people that they are. Like Yasin and Fjornik and all, they are the people who will give their life for this cause and will not hesitate. That's the kind of people. That's why they have such an edge over like generic group number one, like who are just some guys with weapons. They're more likely to surrender if they think they might live. But these people are loyal.
These guys are going down fighting.
They are loyal to the cause. They are fanatics. That is literally their term. They are fanatics. So they'll take it to the end if they need to.
Okay, let's fuck up some guards.
And yeah, do you guys want to auto-resolve this checkpoint, or do you want to fight it? If you want to fight it, if you want to auto-resolve it, it's an 85% in your favor. If you want to spend resources towards it, that will increase.
Let's just do it.
You want to personally?
Just fight
We'll
it.
see this done personally.
Sure.
I want to personally deal with it.
Will wants
If we
to fight.
Thinking that if we get through it or whatever and we get tracky, we go for that one.
Mm.
Or that one.
Claim the
Yeah.
This stuff.
the hippodrome.
This one's going to be a bigger, tougher fight.
Well, if
But this
Planning
one's got
ahead.
the militia near it, so
true, but planning ahead, if we hit the smaller one, we could get inside and utilize the people in there to take out the other post.
or could get people from the Undercity to come up and
Just because they're
Yeah,
friendly
so-
doesn't mean they're armed. There's also a thing like that to consider. But they are in a big gladiator arena. I'm sure there's weapons somewhere in there. But that, I'll say right now, that discovery, that's not something you can auto-resolve. Those three areas are going to be like we're making a move on the Self-Powered Maximus. It's a big thing. It's not like a little quick hit it and quit it. It's on a checkpoint. It's the same as if you were going for somewhere like the library. The library's probably going to be a bigger encounter, although it's only a small thing. It's probably more
Or
things
the
in the library
hub.
than you think.
I'm guessing. If it's like a landmark, I'm guessing is it that the kind of
anything that like is a large landmark that isn't something like a shop or a tavern is probably going to be a fairly you probably not something you want. Well, you could auto resolve it, but you probably wouldn't want to. Is probably what I would say because
Do we want to auto resolve the checkpoint and
Yeah, that's what I
then
was
see what the next time slot yields, and then see if we can pull the resources to maybe take on the hippodrome?
I'm happy to do that.
I'm happy
Are
to
we
put
throwing
in.
in?
what would you like to assign towards it?
I'm going to give a rage
Sure.
and let's say a quarter of my HP.
Probably. We're probably going to rest in between, so the 2 first level and second level spell slot, and whatever HP is needed.
I'll go with Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark from here.
Yeah, I'll just give whatever HP.
How much HP would you like to give?
Got 28, so about 20.
That is going to be
Jesus.
just over half. That's going to be nearly three quarters. Nearly three quarters.
So I'm just going to work out what a quarter of my HP is because it's an odd number.
Just round up. Atlas, anything you would like to give?
I'm going to give a first level spell slot and one of my guiding bolt things that's basically a first level spell slot. And I would probably use up 1, if not 2 of my wild shape. I would use up 2 if I needed to use up 2, with the assumption that we could take a short rest anyway.
Well, tell me how much you'd like to expand, because these are all adding modifiers to your favor.
I'm
will-
sacrificing 12 HP.
I'm sacrificing 19.
You're sacrificing 19 hit points as well, Astra?
I
What
will
percentage
use-
of your hit points is that?
Half. Or like just about half, because I'm on 37, so 37 to 18.
I will use both my wild shapes and 15 hit points.
How much of that percentage of your hit points is it?
Just under half.
I'll give a quarter of my HP while I'm at it as well.
Sure. Try to do the HP in like quarter, half, or 3/4 values, just because like it's easier for me to work out the percents here, because they all have a minor active. So that's 2, 4. Okay, you guys all succeed. You spend enough resources that it pushes it over 100%, and you succeed and take the checkpoint. It's 4 guards, 3 of them are cadets, and 1 is a mage. There's a big blast of cone of cold, like ice spells, stuff like that before. It'll probably catch a couple of you off guard, but you're getting,
absolutely fucked again.
most of them have a general outfit of equipment and spells that you take with them that are, kind of suited for their job and tasking. So you can kind of begin to predict, like, oh yeah, they're probably going to have this. We should spread out more and things like that, and you're able to use it in your favor. You do, like, a lot of you do take a bit of damage, and you do spend resources, but you are able to clear the checkpoint out, and then it becomes under your control. There is no vehicle at this one, that's why it was an untrained threat. It didn't have a turret and like that, it was just sandbags, and basically what they did was they basically had blocked off the stairs with like sandbags and a barbed wire effectively, and they had a little checkpoint area in the little raised slope in the middle that they were able to like attack you from with their crossbows, things like that. You were able to like lay down fire from across the courtyard, and yeah.
I'll
take all of their...
do my usual pick up.
Can you start sending us money?
Yep.
Just like 500 if you get it.
4 hollow straps you get, but you'll have to obviously spend some time and downtime like trying to open them.
What is this?
You want the money, you gotta beat Volgir to the hollow straps and open them yourself.
What if I just beat Volgir and take them off of his hollow strap?
Then you still gotta get into Volgir's hollow strap.
I mean, it's not.
I mean,
What's
not
your
subtle.
intelligence score like?
You see Volker going around beginning to loot the bodies. Like, I
good.
mean, you can be like, I take a hollow strap, like, you know, but no
Yeah,
one
I'll
else.
take a whole shot.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not
So
going to be able to hack it, but
I'm only.
Cyrus picks one of the four
It's
up.
fine.
So Volker gets 3, Cyrus
Sure.
gets 1.
I'll just hold on to that until
Your intelligence
figure it-
modifier gets higher.
until we figure out what we're doing next.
Okay, and yeah, I assume
The
you return to the
question
safe house
is, who
after your
got the
attack.
sergeant's one?
Could someone make me 2d20 rolls, please? You're there and back again.
I'll make a d20. I'll
Definition
make one.
of loot
Someone
goblin
wants to make
Volker.
another.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to make the other one?
I'll make
anyway.
the other one. I
I'll
haven't
take
rolled
one.
anything yet.
Oh, fuck.
You're getting there is fine. You're getting back, however, as you are approaching the safe house, there's like a gondola, like, and you see a building smoking nearby from a fire, and there's a few gondolas dealing with it. It looks like a gondola's crashed into a nearby building. But as you're like trying to creep through the streets stealthily, I need all of you to make me stealth checks to avoid getting spotted by the guards.
I suppose it's a good thing we're all on our own, but let's see.
Astro,
I'll take that.
Second level.
I'll take what I got to.
Not great.
Well,
Not
it's
great.
not too bad at the moment.
I rolled 2 11s in a row.
Do you spend another spell slot to give you cat's grace?
I think she is, yeah.
I can't.
Spent
I
it on
think
the
you
on the checkpoint, I think,
No.
and
it's
one on
not.
the sending.
Oh, it's the accumulation of all of them.
Okay.
I think she had one left, one on the sending, and then she spent one on the checkpoint.
No, I have one left. I think I got rid of enhanceability for something. I'm
Don't have
not
it
seeing
prepared,
it.
and what if you don't have it prepared?
Okay.
Good roll, though.
14?
Better than me.
Take it.
16
well, that's
average.
not bad. It's
You
yeah.
slip by unseen, despite the fact that guards had a risk of finding you with your stealth.
Right.
That's why Atlas got an 11 still.
I will say though, that fuck up does mean that the one natural one does mean that the guards do have a little bit of a triangulation going on around the safe house. Because they're searching for that, what might have caused that crash. They're investigating the area of the crash, looking for signs of, like, did someone shoot it down? Like, things like that. Because you guys had a chance. If you got found out, it would have been much worse.
Maybe it's worth leaving a full day.
Yeah, laying
Let
low a
things
little
die
bit.
down. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, say, leave
Unless
next
we
week.
unless we ask the Underdark guys to pop out up here, take this one, just take the heat off us.
The
Or
start.
pop up in the middle district. No, that's being watched.
Fine.
I think we should just lay low for a little bit.
Yeah.
Lay low,
think
let the
laying
middle
low is-
district do something up there.
Because we've had 3 outposts taken out and a, like, gondola exploded, and we've lost everyone on Tracky's team and one of ours.
Yeah, we've lost like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Lay low, recuperate, and then go for the
Go for
heavy ones. Yeah.
Maybe get a message out to Tracky, see if he can somehow get to us. I don't know if
Well,
his
he's got-
teleportation was a spell or a scroll, or if he could just teleport to us, that would save a lot of problems, but it's whether or not he has that prepared or...
The last time you saw Tracky use his teleport ability, he did use a scroll to teleport away.
Never
An
mind.
innate thing he had at sleep. Or if it was, he didn't want to spend the resource, but...
Oh, long rest again then.
Yeah, if you guys want to kill the next middle section and late section, you can, and just take a full day if you want.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't want to send any messages
Do
to any
we-
of your
do we
groups or
have-
anything, or
yeah,
do anything
do
else?
we-
Yeah, because we still have spell slots, so we want to
Yeah,
tell
we should-
the Underdark group to not send people.
Yep.
Just to lay low.
Then they will report back that both the access to the middle district are defended by a large style force. However, they don't have any like emplacements or anything like that. It's just like a large group of them, and you're talking like 20 odd guards of not like probably one captain among them. Actually no, because it's not a well trained defense. So it wouldn't be. It would just be sergeants and cadets kind of defending those areas. But there's a large presence there. Because they're aware of their weak point.
Okay.
So they report back that it's unlikely that they can get through them unless they have some assistance. If they basically actually suggest if you want to hit one from above, we can hit one from below, and they think that will give them the best chance of being able to overpower one. And that's correct. If Alara and her group hit one and their group hit one, they would have a fairly substantial chance.
Not now, though.
No,
Let's
no.
let things.
Lay low.
Well, the Undercity group are healthy as a horse, and Alara's group you haven't heard back from.
Yeah, but
Okay,
we're assuming
contact
after they've hit
tomorrow.
that
I still think this one.
Yeah, but moving back and forth between this level, we keep losing people. Like, that's the thing. It's people moving around that's the issue, not like whether or not they can take it.
Unless we tell them, rest up now, sleep during the middle section, and then hit it
At night. Yeah.
That might raise their chances of being successful.
Do we know if that would raise their chances of being successful?
If they hit it at night against elves, close quarter engagement, probably unlikely.
Yeah. Dark vision.
But
There's
more for
less
the
chance of
stealth
them getting
checks to get
spotted
there.
by the gondolas. Yes, that's correct, but the actual attack would be much the same.
I think we just lay low for a little bit and wait for the heat to die off. And see what kind of response we get from... I mean, we took out, like, 3 guard posts today, and a gondola. Like, that's not a small feat, even if they aren't the biggest posts.
Yeah, the only
I'm
thing
more
is...
worried about the fact they've got the triangulation on us now.
Yeah,
well, that's even more
got a
reason
whole
to lay
party that
low.
aren't doing
we'll lay low.
As a note, if you did coordinate, just to give a rough idea, if you did coordinate the Undercity group and the Lara's group with their current numbers, they would have 59% chance of successfully taking one of those large emplacements on their own. Because
What about that medium one near
I don't
them?
like those odds.
No, it's too small a margin.
What's the medium one like that's next to the tree?
The medium one, if Alara and her group went for that... that would be 70% chance.
This is also the main thing, is that we are now acting and they're reacting. Taking out this many posts in one hit, or one day, or one time segment, they may start fortifying other outposts. It may become a large force instead of a small force, so we need to see how the topography is changing with what our actions are doing. So it's better that
see what happens.
lay low, see what changes if we notice
Also,
any...
if they start fortifying certain areas, it might tell us where important shit is.
Yeah.
Like, if they suddenly start putting a ton of protection in one area, it's like, okay, well, they're worried about that area.
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone else is fine with waiting,
I think it's the best.
But I'm still on the make a move while we can kind of.
I understand why, but we don't also want to stretch ourselves too thin. We're gonna need numbers to take the Maximus.
And every time we lose people, it then makes the chance of getting something the next time more difficult.
We need to conserve our resources.
So we lay low in our little barn.
Mm-hmm.
Play cards.
Sure.
Play Go Fish.
You guys lay low for a full day.
I will twiddle with the hollow stock.
Sure.
I will
Arcana checks
I will
times 4.
twiddle with mine.
Arcana check times 3, sorry, Volky, or Arcana check times 1.
I'm about to say, who got the sergeants?
Let's say Cyrus got it for just giggles.
Sure, why
I don't
not?
know.
Just to keep it unique, you know.
Nope.
Yeah, go on.
Cyrus can't get into it. For love of money, it locks you out.
The sergeants have.
Oh, almost.
Volgar, the last one you do get into, so you do manage to extract DC. It is now you're aware to get into a hollow strap, unless they have advanced encryption on it. It's a base of DC 20. People like the Archmage's hollow strap may have like security measures in place and things like that may make it more difficult.
What attachments are on this hollow strap?
They all bear the same ones. They bear a group sync with the guard frequency, and they also bear a received muffler receiver. So any messages sent to them are quiet. Unfortunately, because you failed the check, they are, a little damaged, so they don't work as well as they could be. Apart from the ones that Volgar has successfully extracted from his with the ones he's unlocked.
I'll have a look at mine.
You
See
get
what's on
500 chits on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And the information gathered, you see there is logs of that this individual had.
Ryan, would you like some chips to go with that salt?
This individual had been
Fuck me in
writing.
particular, right?
This individual had been writing like a log about how they were posted at the library, and how they just wished that they could like convince people who were trying to leave that it was such a bad idea and how good it was going to be if they stayed and things like that. And talk.
I'm gonna take the light reading material, and I'm gonna walk up to Cyrus and go, I see you struggled a bit with your one here. Here, have this one, and give him that one, completely untouched with me. The exception I've taken the diary off it.
Okay, so he's removed ours. So Cyrus, you see there's 500 chits in this balance waiting to be transferred. It's like open.
I'll take
What I'll do is before I give it to him, I'll put another 4,000 chits on it.
Sure, 4,500 chits ready to transfer.
Does Cyrus know it's pity money or?
No, he's just like, oh shit.
He's like, man,
Thank
this
you.
guy had a lot
This
of
guy-
cash on him.
I can see why people are watchers. This salary is great.
Maybe
Cyrus
I am on the wrong
considering
team.
a career change.
All right.
Well, he's got another 6,000 just floating around somewhere.
Guys, give it a full day, which does mean 2 pieces of heat will die down. Actually, because I'm relocating, 3 will die down. Okay. The heat around certain areas does die down because the patrols in the lower district seem to go quiet through the night. And when you wake in the morning, you don't see many gondolas flying overhead like you did before. Lower district is actually no longer in red alert.
Kind of the
Interesting.
opposite of what I expected.
It's suspicious.
Mm.
I don't like it.
We're playing checkers, he's playing chess.
Yeah.
Is it worth doing a scouting mission?
Yes.
See if they're lying in wait or something.
Do
Is
you
it
want to
worth
send out
just, like,
the gondola with your
going,
like spec
just
ops teams,
leaving?
or
We could just go.
No.
I made myself want chips.
Why are you sharing that burden? Like,
No, you've made Mary want chips.
yeah? What do you guys want to do? The morning is yours.
Well, do you want me and Beros to go out, or do you?
Tracky
do you
does
wanna-
send thing to you, and he says, seems very quiet today. What is next? Need to relocate anywhere or hit anything?
He needs to come to us so that we can.
Quiet. Too quiet.
Maybe him on a scouting mission might be good.
Yeah, you can
He's
send
on his
Tracky on a
own.
scouting mission, yeah.
Just one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
If he dies, he dies.
If he
Does
dies, he
know-
dies.
Does he know invisibility? It might be something he can prepare.
But he's messaged you. What do you want to do? So
We'll just
what do you-
we'll just assume that he's capable of things.
Do a bit of recon and end back at our safe house is what I think we should do.
Yeah.
So Tracky's
Yeah.
going to do
Wait.
recon for this district.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to do in the morning? Or are you just
I
gonna
want to
wait?
recon this space dock, the new space dock.
Okay, yeah, it's a new day, so that you... Not sure how far that completion is getting on, but yeah, if you want to recon into the dock district, you can certainly begin moving that way.
Eros, do you want to join me?
Yes, as long as it doesn't, it goes better than last time. I can still feel
I'll
the
come
cold
with.
in my.
I'll come scout.
How do you want to
Yeah.
recon it? Are you going on foot? Are you taking the gondola?
Walk it.
Sure. How are you accessing
Now that all the
docks?
gondolas are gone, it would look a bit odd for a
I
gondola to
think
be there.
following the checkpoint lines would be good, the ones that we captured,
Sure.
because it provides a clear path for us straight to the docks.
Yeah.
You guys follow the checkpoints you previously cleared. You get as far as kind of like the junction you hit before, and that is when the first bit of intel greets you. As you see, the checkpoint you hit the previous day has been heavily reinforced because it was abandoned and not defended, and they have locked it down fully. So you have a problem too. But you could just push through it and fight it. But you see there's like a gondola floating above the checkpoint. It's got a big mounted gun looking over the area. Spotlights projecting down into the lower district. And as you kind of step out, you would see similar ideas like along the dock line. Looks like they've cut the city, this area, this district off almost.
It's basically they pulled out of the lower city and they moved everything to middle and.
They
Tracking-
basically give us the district.
Tracky
Might
will
be a
get
good
to
thing, might
the
be a
safe
bad
house
thing.
and he'll have information for you whenever you get there. But for now, nothing.
I could try sneaking in as an animal of some kind. I mean, if I get hit, then it's not going to go well for me, but how much are the guards going to care about, some rat?
True. Just be careful. What?
I mean, the last
we'll
time I
meet-
went on a solo mission, it went super well, so...
If we pull back to about here, can we see if the checkpoints in the district are still there?
If you put back, you see they've all been packed up and abandoned. If there's
I'll
anything
turn
left,
to-
it's a few sandbags, nothing overly useful, things like that.
I'll turn to Vol here. I think they're cutting the district off, surrounding it, trapping us inside. Basically, it gives us the freedom to walk around, but it does mean getting out is going to be difficult.
It also means now that, well, we're pretty just wedged, really. It's
I think our
We
main.
still have Alara in the middle district. Maybe we
but we
can...
don't want to use it too much.
Well, maybe we can meet her at one of the checkpoints crossing over. Us, Tracky, and Alara all together.
Also bring the Underdark team up from on your side, because now they can enter the lower city unopposed. And yeah,
Then we
the
can
lower
do
city
it.
is not just amber. The lower city is like completely fucking green. You walk the streets, as long as you stay away from the Cirque Maximus and the Great Library, and anywhere that might have loyalist people still hold up, you're fine to basically move around unimpeded as long as you didn't get too close to the borders of the area.
So maybe
I
it's a
think-
plan trying to get our Underdark team up here, get Alara going down, get Tracky, and all try and move into the middle district.
Do we not want to take the Cirque Maxima first?
Maybe that's a good idea.
Those people could be an asset.
Maybe get the Underdark team, get Tracky, take the Cirque Maximus, and then once we've done that, try and push up into the middle.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm becoming a regular little commander.
Are you guys just going to go back to the
Yeah, I think we
safe house and wait?
Yeah.
Okay. Tracky eventually arrives as well. You kind of share that information with him, and he goes, interesting. It could also be worth our while going to your friends at the tavern. Looks like they've been abandoned. Maybe a few of them want to, you know,
Jump ship.
maybe. What if we go? Or we could kill them and take it. At the very least, it'd be good for morale for all people to have access to booze and a place of revelry.
Also, Volker's statue is still there.
Yeah.
They also could be a problem if we want to take the Circus Maxima.
It would be a good
Yeah.
staging ground to hit it.
Hit it from
If
two
the guards
sides.
are already on the defensive, they might not even want to push out from there to help the tavern. But maybe if you could draw them out, it would make taking that eastern side easier.
Well, in any case, I think if we want to try and either hit the docks or any of the heavier fortified positions like the library, we need to have the Circus Maxima on our side. Those people have, Lord knows how long those people have been held there, what provisions they've been given.
It might be a good idea for me to reel off that speech I've been scribbling down.
The Cirque Maximus
it's-
also might be able to help us get a message out. It has some kind of broadcasting capability, right?
I assume so. I mean, the Bit and Bridle was able to project the races, which means it can send out some sort of signal.
I imagine they might have disabled it, but if we could find a way to get that re-enabled, it would be useful. I imagine one of the
Volker's
reasons why they have
pretty
is
good
they
with tech.
abandoned it.
So, Bit and Bridle, them, Maxima?
Bit and Bridle.
If we
Let's-
can convince them, that would be good. If we have to fight them, then
We just need to convince them to step out of our way. Let us do what we need to do.
Very well. We also have Alara still. I don't know if you made contact with her.
I think we just had her lay low for this morning.
Fair enough.
Right, to the Bit and Bridle.
Alright, so the plan of action is to hit the Bit and Bridle.
We left as heroes and returned as terrorists.
So, how do you wish to deal with the Bit and Bridle? Wish to go
I
in,
think-
guns blazing, and, take them out? I'll tell you right now, if you, Tracky, and your Spec Ops team all push it, you can, and if you take the Undercity team up with you as well, you guys can easily overpower and take it as yours.
I definitely think we should pull all of our, I definitely think we should pull all of our resources, but
Maybe it's as
How-
non-lethally as we can. Just knock out, tie up.
Yeah.
Well,
Or you
what we
could,
could do
try to go
is-
in and talk, then not attack it. But if you do that, you will lose the edge, and it will then affect your chances to auto resolve.
what we could do is we could split the team, like us 5 and maybe 2 of the Dryad's tiers that we have left going through the front. Trekkie and the team from the Undercity go in the back so that they have an element of surprise. So while we're talking to them, we can sort of, 1, appeal to them, but 2, distract them so that if things go sideways, Trekkie and the other team have the jump on them.
It's a plan.
Before we go in and hear Shin talking, assuming it's Barros, Astra is going to cast Eagle Splendor on him. The target has an advantage on charisma checks.
Right, so what are we saying? Just, they've been abandoned?
I think
It's
so.
not worth the fight. Just go home.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
even
you're
if we can
sending
just
you,
dismantle them.
Party, and Spec Ops the front to talk. And then you've got Tracky, you've got the other half of your Spec Ops team, and you've got your untrained medium group as well, trying to break in the back door effectively to be a backup plan. Cool. You move, worryingly so. It feels strange. Self-carriages lie abandoned in the streets. People don't leave their homes for fear of getting attacked. Yeah. It's a very strange place to see the city after, a 10-day ago, how different it was. how intense it is now. You walk through the abandoned streets past destroyed or derelict military checkpoints that were abandoned in a rush to reinforce the other ones to lock this district down. Eventually you see the Bit and Bridle on the corner up ahead. Door on the street. Tracky and his group, who've come up from the under city, they move around. The back get themselves prepped and staged. While you move towards the front door, Barros, and the rest of you.
Okay, I left for 5 minutes. Is everyone dead?
Not yet.
No, we're gonna try and talk to them. If all goes to shit, then there's a force at the back to come in charge, help
Flanking.
take them out.
Just before we go in, the plan is to dismantle them, get everybody to go home.
They're civilians. They're just scared.
Okay.
They think we're terrorists. Let's prove them that we're not. Yeah.
Best case scenario, they join the cause. Worst case scenario, they attack us and...
We have to knock out a few of them.
Or they leave and they tell the guards where we are. But
We're
Guards.
moving around
Let's-
a lot anyway.
let's be optimistic.
Worst case scenario, at least we can lock them in rooms here.
True.
Yeah. Right. Shall we begin?
Go, Barros, do what you do best.
Barros
You
goes
have
up,
advantage.
knocks on the door. I assume, or do you just let yourself in? What's the...
Sure, I'll knock out of
Courtesy.
knock?
courtesy.
You hear movement from inside. You hear a lock on the door. Latch. And the door opens about half a foot. And you see an elf kind of peering through, squinting, and go like, "Hey, it's one of those ones who's staying here, I think. I recognize him. What do you want?"
Can we come inside? I've left some stuff in my room that I would like.
Make me a persuasion check, Barrels, with advantage for your... cunning.
19.
I looks over. You hear him call out to the back, and he's like, "Hey, Samuel, you want to let these guys in? I think it was staying here before." "Fine, but just know that we are armed, and we will protect ourselves if we need it. We don't. It's dangerous at the moment." The guy stands aside and the door swings open. You see there's a good 30 odd people in here still. Looks like a lot of the kegs are all the empty ones being stacked up by the door. Looks like they've had to move them out the way to fully open the door. They're propped up as a makeshift barricade. You hear them scraping of wood on wood just before the door fully swings open, and you see them all kind of looking at you. And yeah, they are all armed to some level, whether it be kitchen knives or a glass in their hand, or a table leg from a table they've broken down into planks to make clubs out of. Very malicious style weaponry.
Alice can finally get her freaking tank back.
I'll usher the others to go and get their stuff. Maybe spread out a little bit.
Astra and Atlas, with your passive perceptions as you're walking along, there's a self-carriage across the street that looks like it's been broken into, and you see there's a group of stray dogs fighting over a piece of meat. And as you look at it, you realize it looks like an arm. And
It wasn't me.
snarling, fighting with them. Yeah, Barrows, you step inside. It is literally the Western movie equivalent. It all goes hush. So you will grip their grip on what they have to defend themselves. You see the bartender has his heavy crossbow visible on display in his hands, not pointed at you, but ready to go,
Can I
loaded.
try and call over the armed dogs?
Give me an animal handling check. What are you doing? Just like gotta call them over?
Here, boy. Here, boy.
Are you
Disadvantage.
sure you want to do that? They're chewing on an arm, and you're a big bird.
Maybe I don't know.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, I got that.
If Atlas and Astra are staring, Cyrus will like lean over to see what they're looking at.
They do not come over. They may attack me.
The nat 1.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But with a +5, that makes it a 6, so I don't think I'm gonna get mauled.
They look towards you to draw their attention. You see the two who are in a tug of war don't really pay much mind, but a couple of the ones on the edges, it's like a pack of like a good 5 of them. And the 3 who don't have an immediate grip on the arm clock your group and begin like looking for any of you like lingering at the back. You kind of see the hunger. You see there.
Can I get my ration out my pack?
Sure.
Throw it to them?
Draw towards him. Slowly creep forward one of them. Takes it, retreats back a little bit.
Good dog.
Yeah, sorry, Atlas, but I don't think they're good dogs.
Better than the feral dogs I've seen. Fur and everything.
Yeah, I think he's still looking at you like a big chicken.
Let's go inside. And Cyrus is gonna try to start ushering the girls in through the door.
Like, you don't need to usher Astra's also helping you usher
Yeah.
Atlas. Like, I don't want you to become like.
As Atlas is
Dog
kind of
food.
moved, they
Yeah.
begin to just slowly.
Astro, like, usher them in, but still keep an eye on them, like,
Yeah.
not breaking.
Yeah, they're moving towards the door. They get about halfway across the road. At this point, the ones with the arm, like one of them has like ripped it off the other one. The one who isn't is like beginning to follow the others to see what's going on, and they're all just slowly creeping.
Okay.
Is there a rock on the ground nearby?
Sounds like Astra is gonna back up and slam the door or something. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just,
sorry,
like,
as you're looking
barrel
for a
arrest them
rock,
inside.
you like you suddenly find yourself shoved back by Astra, and as she does so, she goes to slam the door, and you just hear like the scuttering of claws on stone, and you hear like a and like you see like the snarling snout come through the door. Just she slams it and then slams it again as it like backs up, and she hits it the first time, and then you hear the
If she
door.
needs to kick a
latch
dog, and
shut.
the snit shoe will do,
Yeah.
so to get the door shut.
The door hitting it the first time causes it back up, and you just kind of like follow through the momentum, and then it closes. But like but if you were there a second longer, there's a chance it could have slipped through.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good dogs. Cyrus will pick himself up.
Notably,
But
although
if
they
things go
looked
to
a
crap,
little rough,
we can just open the door.
they were wearing like collars and stuff. They were probably
Yeah, that's what Alice figured. They're starving pets, and she felt bad for them.
Or they're watcher attack dogs, picking up any stragglers or body parts that are left in the street.
Probably not that deep.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
Could be
just
both, who knows?
pet dogs that people ditched.
All right, just go upstairs, get whatever you need, and get out.
Can we wait a minute? Like, there's wolves out. Not wolves, bad dogs out there.
We're in no rush. Pour us a drink.
Make me a
Yeah.
persuasion check, Barros.
Advantage. It's not been an hour yet, right?
So I mean, like a couple minutes, we cast it just as you're pushing the door, you know.
Not 20.
See, he like narrows his eyes. Fine. One drink. You need to get out of here. There's too many people staying here already. I get you had rooms, but look, I've got a lot of people on this roof now who I've got to look after, and I need to make the food last. Deliveries aren't coming anymore. And he pulls he pulls 7 pints for all of you, including your Stride Theaters group. He racks up at the end of the bar.
I think you can leave.
Yeah. There's no one out there bar dogs, if you don't mind dealing with them.
Surely
I
you can
think
just
it's
go back to
time-
your houses, right?
I think it's time you go home.
It's dangerous out there. There's people in the streets who might hurt us for what we believe in.
If you're worried, we could always help escort you to your homes. Don't worry, we're not. And then she's gonna pull out the like hero badge. She's like, look, we fought terrorists. We're not the bad guys.
But we're probably safer in a group, right? Make me another persuasion check. Either Barros or Atlas can do it. Either one at advantage.
You are definitely better at persuading than me. I'm a creepy little owl bastard.
With Nansen, I'll kind of just add on to that and just be like, look, this district, it's no longer on lockdown. They've moved to other districts. I think mainly the middle one. Apparently that's where the people are. You're going to starve yourselves staying here. For what? It's safe out there. Those dogs out there, they're people's pets. I'm sure they miss their owners, and I'm sure you miss your families.
As you say that, Barros, one of the screens lights up in the bar, and you see once more.
Don't be a picture
Minister
of us.
of Magical Affairs. You hear his familiar voice ring out, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen of Tilm,
remembers where she is.
the fight continues for our freedom, for our betterment of ourselves. And those of them who are evil enough to try to hold us back will feel our might. Don't worry about that at all. They've attacked several positions in the lower district and one in the middle district. For that, we cannot lie to you. We decided it's best to pull out of the lower district for now, so those who are still there, we advise you stay in your homes.
Damn it.
Lock your doors, windows, as instructed before. Don't open your door to strangers. Maybe not even the friends or family. You don't know who might be working for these people. People who you thought might be good for you. Don't worry. We are going to evacuate you from that district. At sundown tonight, at each of the 3 glass portholes in the lower district, gondolas will land to extract those of you who wish to leave. The gondolas will be there for 1 hour. The first 15 minutes, it'll be a landing, securing the area, and locking it down to make it safe for you to approach. Please do not come during that initial moment, as we will assume that you were perhaps trying to disrupt the landing or anything like that. To hold in a building nearby or a few streets away if able. They're all within 10, 15 minutes walk of every property in the district. You will have plenty of time to get there. There will be space. We will extract you to the middle and upper districts where there are kind people who have offered up spare rooms, refuge for you all, until we can get the lower district under control. We believe there are rogue elements still operating in the middle district. However, based on their activity levels, we imagine it is a very small number. They will be crushed swiftly, allowing us to turn our full might onto the lower district and purging this cancer from our city once and for all. Remember, sundown tomorrow. Wait 15 minutes. Get to the portholes. People of Tilm, together we stand. Together we soar. Then the transmission ends. And you kind of see them all look at each other, and they go, "Gotta get out of here. Yeah, we should go home." Ariel, let's go back to the house, get some things, get out of here. Yeah, no, we should. No point staying here. If we're all here, we'll we can't just leave everything. Who knows what might happen to it? And yeah, they begin to. You watch people begin to like gather themselves up, and they begin to prepare to leave. Can you could you help us these dogs out here? Scare them off, maybe. You've got weapons and stuff. You're better armed than us.
Of course.
Sure.
We'll deal with them.
You guys go out. You don't need to roll or anything like that. There, it is 5 stray dogs. You can very easily, either kill them, knock them out, or even just scare them off, like with a little bit of pizzazz. I'm sure it's not overly taxing. If you'd like to do
Right,
anything
scare
like
'em off.
try to get them to be friendly to you and things like that, that will require checks. But I'm gonna say if you want to just disperse them or kill them, that can be done.
I think dispersing will let this end.
Yeah, Cyrus will probably just have to scare them off.
Yep. I mean, you probably get a few bites. They're still feral to some level, but most of them don't do anything too bad. You're all just gonna take like let me just roll a d4. 2 points of piercing damage across the board for everyone, just from the odd bite and things like that. Nothing infectious, just like where claws have scraped you or like a jaws have snapped at you as you try to scare them off, and they've like held their ground a little bit too long and things like that. But yeah, you are able to disperse the enemies inside the Bit and Bridle, the loyal sleeve. There is still the owner. Pardon me, Thamior, who remains, but it does appear very apparent that Thamior is packing his shit and getting ready to leave by sundown.
Thank you for keeping these people. Why am I going posh? Thank you for keeping these people safe. It must have been a difficult job.
Is Archmage
Yeah.
1 word or 2?
I believe it's Arch-Mage.
That 1 word or 2?
It's 1 word.
Okay.
That was Cyrus's answer, by the way.
And I think with that, I'll kind of knock on the back door to signify for the others to come in.
Yep.
And just start kind of flooding.
Full group flood in. By taking the Bit and Bridle, you have secured another safe house. Thamior will leave this evening unless you do anything to convince him to stay otherwise. But being severely outnumbered, he doesn't threaten you or oppose you in any way. He will just roll over. Like, it's... And you imagine it's probably fairly similar to what probably happened the first time. A group of people came in the bar, we didn't have much choice, and perhaps maybe, after seeing what's going on, especially with the lens of the people around him, his opinion has been swayed by them. Potentially you could sway him back. But right now, he has no real interest in staying with you. He's planning on leaving, which maybe is for the best. The Bit and Bridle also has access to a small storage area, a garage for like self-carriages and things. So if you did come across any other vehicles or things like that, you can store them there.
I mean, we've cleared it out.
Stand at the window and see the sky?
Yeah, you can.
Can I use Skywrite? Once the broadcast ends, to write, "The Archmage will soar, the people will fall in the sky."
Sure. Cast Skywrite and just shift the clouds, forming this text in common.
Can I ask Barros how to spell it in Elvish?
Write in Elvish so that I can just copy and paste.
So you need to know what the words mean. So
Yeah.
yeah, as long as you can see the description. I will say, because you're using a language you aren't super familiar with, just make me roll a spell attack, just as that's your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom, to see how adept you are. Yeah, the purple one, yeah, I'll do.
22.
2. Yeah, you're able to follow Barros's in like drawn literature pretty accurately, you think, especially on like a large upscaled version as well. It's not easy, but you're able to make it form these shapes across the entire city. Problem is, Sky Cities move. But the clouds don't necessarily move in the same direction. So if you would like, roll me a d4 and someone else roll me a d4, and that will decide what way the Sky City is going versus what way the wind is blowing.
Sure.
If they're the same number, good news. They're not.
Bad news.
The clouds begin to drift off to the west, but the city is still traveling
I'm
south.
hoping some people saw it.
Oh yeah,
It's up in the clouds. It can't take that.
it's up there for you. Probably cast it on like the eastern side of the city, and it drifts over. Like, you know, it has like it's
a
kind of like a
banner.
blimp flying over. It doesn't linger for as long as you might like, but it still lingers for like the Sky City doesn't go scarily fast. It goes, you know,
We caught up with it on the ship.
1-2 miles an hour. Like it's moving, but it's not moving. But the problem is that the clouds are also so.
I wonder if it's worth getting people in the middle district if they have that spell to cast that same message.
Lara doesn't have magic. None of them in the middle have magic. That's a problem. Tracky
Right,
might be able to, but he probably doesn't have it prepared.
If we're okay, that went off without a hitch. Maybe we could just move straight onto the self-drive Maximus.
Sure.
Do we want to
Deal-
scout out this one first to get a more accurate description of their numbers, their equipment? Or do we want to just...
This is everyone. Unless we can find a way over the top, maybe get them from behind.
Can we see from a window? Like an ivy, or like...
Here, you have a little search around. Maybe an investigation check. Try to find a good vantage point.
It's... We can spend some time reconning it.
12?
12. Yep, there's one window that faces out towards the direction. You can kind of see the little rough fortification on the eastern side. You
Feel
find
like-
the screens that were being used for betting before for the self-charge Maximus, but it looks like that they have been turned off, and you can't see any obvious way to turn them back on.
Sure, probably drag Atlas up so they could both like peer, just like. It's like, Cyrus, could you give me a boost? I can't quite see properly.
Atlas leans as far as she can into the window, and her goggles just like clunk against it.
I will
I guess take it.
assist with the perception check if I lift.
Yeah.
I like how she's like, I need to be lifted, and it's like, Atlas is shorter than you.
Atlas got wings constantly. She's fine.
Perception check, please, Astro, with advantage.
Okay.
Can I also make a perception check if I'm perceiving?
Well, she's making advantage, so it's probably
Okay.
Oh,
see what's doing 2 rolls. Asher's trying to get a good view, but the window's not super clean. The angle isn't great. You've only got limited. Like, there's another building in the way. It's not the best vantage point you could have found. There's definitely guards there. You don't see any like static emplacements or barbed wire or anything like that. And as you're kind of all there looking, feel the rumbling you've felt once before, as the city begins to ascend a little bit, as another engine fire test goes off. Some of you probably fall to the ground, have to pick yourself
Maybe
and dust
that's
yourself off. It only lasts, a minute again, and then it shuts down. But yeah, the city has a second engine test has been completed.
Maybe you're right, Barros. Maybe we don't have the time to... We already have a good number. We have Trekkie, we have some of the Dryad's Tears with us, we have a few. We have the other group from the Undercity. Maybe it is better that we just hit it.
I'm running out of time.
Yeah. If not, if you want to maybe do a little bit of planning, then we still have the gondola. Maybe you can fly that above the edge, attack from 2 sides again. It was probably going to work this time. I don't know what the position on the other side is, whether or not it's a locked gate and then we essentially cut our forces in half, or just full frontal attack. I don't think they're expecting it.
We could use the gondola to ferry people over the wall. Maybe try and
We need to speak to these people. We need
If
to
you're gonna-
speak to them all at once.
If you want to get people,
Rally the
into-
people.
The gondolas do have a speaker system, like kind of like similar to like a police car, like pull over the vehicle, like that kind of like style of. They have like a megaphone system, so you could use the gondolas to project over areas if you wanted to.
we could use the gondola, project over the crowd on the inside, while Trekkie and the Dread's Tears and the other group hit the smaller, this side gate.
Yeah. By the time that we get that message out, the fighting might already start. Might lure the guards out. We can get involved. Land. Take the fight to them.
Hopefully with some reinforcements.
Hopefully. If you think that's a good plan, then let's do it.
As you guys all stop and plan and think about your next move, that's going to be where we stop for today as you prepare to make a move on the Stealth Max to try to liberate the large group of untrained people from inside it. And with the looming extract of the lower district of any, people who are loyal to the Archmage's cause. Yeah, that's really up to you to decide what's going to happen next. See you next time. Bye.